It's Erica from the south side of the Chi, and I just completed the 2020 census. If you're not counted in, you'll be counted out. And I don't know about you, baby, but I want to be in, not out. What are you waiting for? Take the census. Go to 2020census.gov.
Hello, everybody. What's going on, y'all? It's Saturday night. Mm-hmm. You know what that means? We got to party. We get a little nasty, a little naughty. Right? Okay. Hello. My name is Erica K. Watson, and welcome to Nightcap with Erica. Trying to sound more professional. What's going on, y'all? I'm in a good mood tonight. Had a long week, y'all. It was long. Okay. So I'm very happy for this Saturday. And as you know, I created this show, Nightcap with Erica, to have some fun and just laugh and have a good time. So that we can get our minds off of all the craziness that is happening in the world. Okay. So, with that being said, welcome, and I hope you all are having a good time, or ready to have a good time. First things first. Wait, I'm gonna put my little sign up here today. Shout out to my girl Sandy Robinson, who's one of the founders of an amazing organization that I sit on the board for called Shy Gives Back. What up, Shy Gives Back? Sandy has had this gift for me from High End Junkie. Can y'all see this hat and this sweatshirt since later in the winter, since around my birthday? But I actually ended up canceling my birthday party in February. And then with that being said, I didn't get my gift. So she dropped it off today, and it was hot as hell today in Chicago. It was very nice. But I'm in the house today with my high-end junkie sweatshirt on and my hat, like I'm chilling in the fall or the winter. And I feel good because for some reason my house is cold. So shout out to High-End Junkie. As you know, I love supporting Black-owned brands, especially local t-shirt companies here in Chicago. I always show them love. So if you rep a brand and have a brand, if you send me something, I'll wear it and shout you out. I'll even interview you on my show. So I hope to have High-End Junkie on soon. If you like this, let me know. Also, as you know, in my head, I'm a stripper named Miss Pound Cakes. And these are hard economic times because I can't work and strip and get on these poles and do all the shit I used to do because the coronavirus is hating. So feel free to tip your stripper. I think I've never wanted to do this with so many of my friends. Like, Erica, you're an artist, you're a performer, you're a comic, you're an actress. You can't act right now. You can't do anything. So we want to show you some love. So I said, okay, fine. I will put the Cash App up and the Venmo. So if you want to tip your stripper, baby, go ahead and do it. I'll shake a little something up for you. Miss Pound Cakes is always ready to dance and to perform when the time is right. So with that being said, hold on one second. I think this is my guest calling me. Hey, girl, what's up? I'm actually live on air right now. Yeah, I know. Okay, so try to get on. If you can't, we will do you next week. I love you, but I'm in the middle of the show. I'm like really streaming live right now. Okay, that was my guest. Having a little trouble logging on, I believe, but I love her, and we're gonna keep the show moving. Hopefully, she will be able to join us. I pray she can because she's awesome, and you want to see her. So with that being said, what are y'all drinking on? What are you drinking? This is what I'm drinking. A Creative Click cocktail. hmm Another local owned business. Hey, hey, if you live in Chicago, you can order your drink from her on IG, and she will bring them to your house or drop them off. Ain't that lovely? What are y'all drinking on? Let me know in your comments what you are sipping on. And I want to hear what y'all drinking, what you've been doing, and I want questions tonight for our guests. I want to know what you want to know from them because you got 6 amazing sexperts. They're gonna be on my show tonight having quickies with me. Right? It's like a full-on train being run on me, one after the other with this fun information. They haven't told me at all what we're going to talk about. I let each of them pick their topic and what they want to do, and then they're going to surprise us tonight. So it's going to be a good time, right? I'm going to try to stay on time too. Each of them, I want to give them about 12 minutes apiece. So, but you know how it is. You say you want a quickie sometime, but then when it starts getting good to you and feeling good to you, you want some more. And these girls I got on my show tonight are definitely fabulous enough, but we gonna want some more. You feel me? So let me know what you're drinking. I see some of you all. Oh, Nikki is on here. That is the owner of Creative Quick Cocktail. Let me shout her out. There she is. Miss Nikki, follow her on Creative Quick Cocktails on IG. I was gonna give her IG later in the show, but I'm glad she did this. So thank you. Let me actually go ahead just really quickly before I bring on Miss Frenchy Davis, honey. Let me show you all the Creative Quick Cocktail logo. There you go. We got to show love to our local brands. And actually what I'm going to do is, there you go right there, Creative Quick Cocktails. Also, shout out to Nick and Bella Design. Nick and Bella is a local jewelry brand that also shows me lots of love. They've been giving me jewelry to give away for free, for gifts for people. So y'all, you know, like I said, reach out to Nikki from Creative Quick Cocktails. This is so good. Today I'm drinking, it's a Sunset Apple, and I think some Crown is in it. I'm sorry, Nikki. Tell me in the comments what it is. I don't want to get in trouble. All right, y'all, look. Next thing, before I bring on Frenchy, our first quickie. Look what I got. Bye. Bye. Sneaky Pussy. Oh, shit. My book came in. Sneaky Pussy 1. And if one Sneaky Pussy was enough for you, there's another Sneaky Pussy. Sneaky Pussy 2. Both of these books are written by the fabulous Karen Lee. And um, I think if you've been watching my show, you know I've been getting everybody ready and pumped up for me to start my urban book club. So I'm like Oprah, but Oprah had real bougie bitches on her show. They got New York Times bestsellers. These are New York Times bestsellers worthy, but they nasty. So the first book we're going to be reading is in May. So I need you all to go ahead and cop the book. Grab it now. Sneaking Pussy. And baby, this morning I started reading some. I'm going to read you a little bit next week. And then after that, we're going to start discussing it in my Nightcap with Erica group on Facebook. Okay. We're going to have talks with the author. I got some friends that are going to be joining. If you are interested in coming on my show with me to discuss Sneaky Pussy, after you buy the book, let me know. To download it, it's 99 cents on Amazon. If you want to buy the print version, it's $10. But you can download this for 10, but you can download it for $8, basically. So you ain't got no damn excuse not to get this damn book. Sneaky Pussy, Karen Lee. Let me put the link up for you guys. So once again, get the book now, because later I'm giving everybody 2 weeks to get the book and to get started on it. And then we're going to start discussing this in my Nightcap with Erica Facebook group. I created the group, but I didn't put all the bells and whistles in it, so I didn't invite none of y'all to it yet. But if you search on Facebook, you can find it. Okay, so go to Amazon, Sneaky Pussy, Karen Lee. And, you know, I just want to show love. We got to support our own. This girl, Karen, is from Chicago as well. You know, New York folks show love to their New York people. LA people show love to their LA folks. Everybody holds their town down. And we do have Chicago celebrities that do show us love here and there. But I'm looking out for the little guy, the little woman, the local person that may not get the mainstream attention from celebrities. Okay? So if you with me and you got a sneaky pussy or thought about having a sneaky pussy, you want a sneaky pussy, go buy this book. I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm just showing love. None of these brands, none of these people are paying me. It's about showing love. And like I said, if you want to show me some love, feel free to tip your stripper. Okay? If you like. No pressure. One other thing before I bring up Frenchy, I got a lot to talk about tonight. Your girl has gone ahead, and I didn't expect my show to become as popular as it has been. And I'm very thankful for that and happy about it. So, boom! I got mugs, y'all. I got nightcap mugs. I got nightcap bags. Do you see that? Bitch, I'm doing it. I got t-shirts with little light-skinned models. Look at that. I got water bottles. Who got water bottles? Erica. Nightcap with Erica. And I got this little cutie pie right here modeling my sweatshirts. So if you go to redbubble.com, search for Erica Faye Watson on the Redbubble. I didn't put the address up in here, so whatever. But go to Redbubble and check me out. And that's one way you can really support me, is by buying some of the stuff from my show. We'll talk about that more later, but I'm excited about that. Ain't that cute? A bitch is doing it, honey. Look, the coronavirus got people out here hustling and doing what they do. And I can't strip right now, and I don't have a pole here in my house that's strong, steel, and reinforced enough for me to swing my big ass around it. So hey, I'm doing a show and selling t-shirts. It is what it is. All right. Hope you all can hear me well. Listen, it is now quickie time. Now, May, if you didn't know, is National Masturbation Month. Who knew masturbators had a month? I had no idea till the other day when one of my Sexperts told me. So this is yummy. So I figure, why not get a bunch of bad bitches on my show that are well informed, right? Probably from years of practice. I don't know. But they know what they're talking about. They're educated. They're beautiful. They're sexy. And might I add, let's be clear here. The women that come on my show that are Sexperts range in complexions, in sizes, in hair textures. It's just a hodgepodge of beautiful, sexy blackness. And I'm doing that intentfully, if that's a word, because I think so many times we glamorize and push out these false realities of what women look like that are out here getting it on. We come in all sizes and shapes and colors and varieties, right? So my Sexperts are relationship coaches, intimacy coaches. Frenchy Davis, that's about to come up, is a sexual abolitionist, among other things. She's an educator, and she's here to free your souls from all the sexual bondage of the world. She's the Harriet Tubman of freeing coochies, baby. That's why I like to think about it. Give it up for the sexy Frenchy Davis. Are you there, Frenchy? Oh, you got your pussy t-shirt on too.
I do.
Hey, you're dark. I can't see you.
I'm ready for the night.
Oh, I love it. Thank you for coming on. I can't really see you though. I don't know if everybody else can. You it looks dark. Is your light on you?
My light is on.
It's on. It might be my computer. I'm telling you, it's been some craziness going on with me all day with dealing with my computer. So
is that a little better?
Let's see. If you all can see us, let us know. If you can't, let me know. I think they can. I think we're fine. Because everybody's saying hey to you. Hey, Miss Frenchy. So you tell me, what are we talking about today? What's our quickie about?
Well, I brought a guest.
Oh.
It's my 3D clitoris.
Oh.
Okay, so let's talk about, since we are honoring National Masturbation Month.
Yes.
Right? And while we should make this honorarium throughout the year, all year round,
yes,
we are going to talk about the health benefits to masturbation. But I think, as for the workshops that I do, a lot of people, both men and women, do not recognize that the clitoris is an organ. And this is the actual size of the organ.
That's the entire organ.
The whole clitoris.
Oh my goodness. Right. It's not just
the tip. right?
Yes.
He plays and he licks the tip, and she plays with the tip, and she licks the tip, or her friend licks the tip. And so, but this is the entire organ of the clitoris. So this is, her name is Queen. I call her Queen. This is Queen clitoris. And this is a 3D clitoris. And, you know, I teach in my workshops about the clitoris and self-pleasure. And, you know, this is how we do it. You know, this is the best way, so people really understand how this organ can have over 8,000 nerve endings.
Oh, wow. 8,000.
8,000 nerve endings, because a lot of people, you know, don't realize that the clitoris has more nerve endings than the penis, right?
Woo!
But they are similar, okay? So the clitoris and the penis actually are very, very similar organs. And if you look at them side by side, you can see how similar they are. And so a lot of people don't recognize that. But, you know, so your labia majora, the wings here, going to the labia majora. So those are the large vulva lips. And so when we talk about our pussy, right, the correct name is the vulva. And then what's inside the vulva is the vagina.
Got it.
In the hood of the vulva is the clitoris, the hood.
The hood of the clitoris. Okay.
So all of them sensations, when we giving love to it, is going all around. It's working its way all through here. Oh wow! So this is Queen.
Hey, Queen.
With me, I have a gold one. I have a pink one. Yes, they come in different colors, but I always like to show, you know, Queen clitoris, because she's so fabulous, and a lot of people don't really know. You know, like, this is a rather large size sexual organ.
Yes, like, and it's a shame because since we only talk about that hood, a lot of people, you know, the little button part. Mm-hmm. I think is that why you think so many women are not able to have orgasms and climax during sexual relationships, because people are focused on one little thing instead of understanding it's a full-grown organ in a body?
It's a lot of things, right? So in religion, a lot of people have been taught that masturbation was inappropriate or sacrilegious, which is not, because God, she was like, honey, let me bestow all pleasure upon you. You
absolutely.
Listen, I done gave you PMS, I done gave you, you know, cramps and all the stuff.
Yes.
What I am going to do is make sure that you have an organ that's designed simply for pleasure, because you do so much shit. Let me hook you up, right? So yes. That's what she said. That's what God said, right? So, but a lot of people just need to understand, you know, that the clitoris is an actual organ. It is not, you know, just this small hood that hides in between the lips of the labia majora and the labia minora, right? So I just wanted everybody to understand what this looks like. A lot of times our gynecologists, you know, you only get a couple of minutes with them, and they haven't trained, you know, like, this is a whole organ. We don't see this when we go into our doctor's office.
Right. I'm sure. And you all that are watching, leave a comment, leave a question for Frenchy while we got her here and we have her attention. But I'm pretty sure most people, most women even, do not fully understand their bodies and the way in which we're built down there. I know I don't. And I've made it my duty, because I'm actually celibate right now. I'm actually not having sex, even before the corona, and I've
stop. So you're not pleasuring yourself?
No. I've been I needed a break. But it's National Masturbation Month right now, so maybe I can get into it. But I've had some health issues and some other things going on that have made that right now not as much as a priority. But
let me tell you why it's so again, I said I was going to bring up the health benefits.
yes,
right?
please do.
We have to remember that masturbation in any form of either self-love or partnered love is a cure for mild depression.
Mm-hmm.
It can minimize menstrual cramps. It is, so we're talking about the release of endorphins. So if you are in discomfort due to health issues, like masturbation is a great way to help alleviate stress, alleviate anxiety. It is a cure for mild depression. It alleviates some pain. It can alleviate menstrual cramps. So it gets circulation going. So these are all the things that we need. So we don't want you to leave that out. We don't want you to put your self-pleasure / health on the side.
Yeah.
Your health comes first.
But what if somebody is having issues with cancer, or may have had damage to their vaginal areas, or other things that they're suffering from that have nothing to do necessarily with depression, but like physical, there's some problems there that even sometimes touch in itself may hurt.
So you can use lubes. I think before a few weeks ago when we talked, I talked about my favorite lube, and that's Uber Lube, because it's not sticky. It doesn't, stick to anything. It's one of my favorites. And then again, just, allowing yourself to relax. So you may want to try it in the tub. You may, and then too, we don't want to attach trauma to our own personal self-love.
Yes.
Because that's our personal self-love.
Mm-hmm.
So if there are extenuating circumstances, definitely speak to your gynecologist or your sexpert, because those are specific circumstances, and we do want you to be safe.
Yes, absolutely. Because there's some, I just think sometimes the goal is also, and this is just my opinion, that it is also the freedom of choice. And I shouldn't be forced, or no one should be forced to anything pushed on them that they may not be wanting to do, whether it's with themselves or with the partner. Like when you feeling it, you feel it. When you don't, you don't. But I definitely don't want the message to be here to shame anyone that may not even be in that mental state or mood, or like a friend of mine that just recently had a very serious surgery done on herself down there. And I don't think right now self-pleasure, right now she's trying to heal. So it's like,
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But sometimes even aside from that, we don't look at self-pleasure as health.
Right. And it is. And I understand.
So it's to remind people that this sexuality is still a part of your health system.
Yes.
Right. So even, in recovery, subtle things that you might be able to do, again, like it's minimizing depression, anxiety, it's relieving pain. So in ways that can help that healing move along. And also it procures the relationship that you have with yourself. And that relationship is just really, really important. And we stress those things because we do know that so many people have been taught that it's a naughty thing. And that it's taboo. So what we want to do whenever you're ready, though, is to be sure that we break those taboos.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think anybody should feel
your law, because I'm like, she's like, don't leave me out.
Right. Exactly.
Highlight her. Yes.
Yeah. So since you have her there, can you give any tip on a really great move or something that can be done to stimulate pleasure down there?
Well, the first thing that I always say, so if it's partnered, if it's co-mingling love, just ask your partner. See, some people like a quick flip. Some people like a thump. Some people like a massaging. Like, you, first and foremost, always just have to ask your partner, baby, how do you like it? Take your hand, steer me, direct me in the motions that you enjoy for me to go. And that's with both hand, that's with tongue, that's with penis, that's with fingers, that's with pleasure toys, any of those items, that's with your vibrator. But it's very important that you share what you enjoy. You know, just like if you purchase a vibrator, there are certain speeds that you enjoy using. And so the same, if you are either by yourself, you want to explore what you like, and when you're communicating with your partner, you definitely have to tell your partner, you know, what you enjoy. It's not their decision what you enjoy, it's your decision what you enjoy.
Yeah. Because I find that through my experience, there are some men, and I'm sure women do it too. I'm a heterosexual girl, that when I've been intimate with them, and especially if it wasn't like a long-term relationship, just something having a little fun, I feel like they think they know how every woman's body work. Like, it's one size kind of fits all for everything. And I can tell it's almost damn near like they're doing choreographed moves. They have their go-to move that they think, oh yeah, I be killing them when I do this. When I do this, the bitches go crazy. And you're like, I don't even like that. It doesn't feel good. And when I was younger, and actually not too long ago, I was fearful about expressing what I like and what I don't. Because I didn't want to fuck up the mood, or, you know, dudes in their egos, and you telling them something he think he doing right. You like, you in the whole wrong place. What's the right way though to handle that delicately? Or should we not? I mean, you the sexual abolitionist, you breaking us free, so you probably are like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about his feelings, because it's my pleasure.
Yes.
Don't. And quite honestly, if my partner cares about me, they're going to want to know. So one, you know, you need to sleep with somebody that actually likes you.
Mm-hmm.
On a basic level, you know, like if you next to somebody and everything is feeling good, and you know the bra's coming off and he rubbing the nipples and everything, and you just like, you know, do you like me? And if they pause and if they well what you mean?
Right.
I mean, yeah, right. All of that, put that shit back on.
Get them out of here.
Bounce.
Get them out of here.
You gotta go, right? Because if they don't even genuinely like
you, yes, Frenchy. Do y'all hear that? And you, what you're saying, honestly, Frenchy, is revolutionary, because yeah, they want to fuck you. Yeah, they're attracted to you.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying I want you in love with me to love me, but do you like, and are you not so worried about your own self-pleasure that you understand that this is something that we're in this together? Yeah. And it's interesting to me that so many people are just selfish, and it's all about, I just feel like if it's all about self, then just pleasure yourself. Why are you bringing me into the mix if it's just about you getting a nut off?
Well, we have been, as women particularly, socialized to be pleasers, not socialized to be self-pleasers. And so now we have to, as a sexual abolitionist, I'm talking about you freeing yourself from worrying about everybody else's pleasure before you worry about your own.
Yes.
So that's, you know, the first and foremost that I'm going to ask that people do. So first, they actually like you, and then, you know, you say, baby, let me take a moment, let me show you what really gets me off. And usually what really gets you off will excite them and will motivate them, right? And we should also never do anything we actually don't like. Like, if you actually don't like sucking dick, don't suck a dick. If you don't like oral sex, Don't perform oral sex. Don't perform cunnilingus. Like I love to suck dick for me. For me.
Yes, girl.
But you may benefit from it.
Yes.
But it was for me.
Do y'all hear that?
So
say it so the back can hear you. That it's really it's about what you like and what turns you on.
Right. So let's place this. Primary, your partner is secondary. Primary. Your partner is secondary.
And
so it's still important, but I'm primary. Yes.
I am you. That's a damn t-shirt right there. You need to have. Go to primary school, motherfucker.
There we go. So as long as you go in knowing that you are primary, right? And your partner, they should feel primary for them as well. They should feel primary. Mm-hmm. And we respect each other's boundaries and we listen to one another. There's nothing worse than having a partner that doesn't listen to you and comprehend your needs. So, that's why we got to choose our partners wisely. I mean, too, I will say this, Erica, the porn industry has also impacted greatly how men perceive the organ.
Yes.
Right? Because, I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but in porn, they switch out their performers for their pussies. So you will generally only literally see like a few variations of vulvas. Right? Now, there are thousands of different orientations of vulvas, all different size, long, short, stock, thick, fat, thin, loose, tight. Like there are all of these different versions. Yeah. Some clitoral hood shows more than in other people. Like there are all of these different versions. But in porn, you're only going to see like 1 to 3 different versions.
Yes.
So there are a lot of boys who start watching pornography and are under this notion, well, if this is what it looks like, this is all it needs.
Right.
So they have modeled what they see on TV. So you can't, you have to learn like to come away from that modeling and actually listen to your partner. See, in porn, in unethical porn, in non-ethical porn, like no one's listening to their partner. It's all the focus on the cum shot. It's the focus on this one particular vulva. It looks like this. That's why you'll hear guys say stupid shit like, oh, she got big lips. I don't want a loose pussy. I don't want, right? Because they're porn heads. And porn heads have very small expectations and probably small things too, but they have small expectations around this. And so when you've been modeled a very specific, even women have learned to model what pleasure looks like. So coming must sound like this.
Like this and all that.
Right.
Oh, you're so big, Daddy.
Right.
Am I big, girl? I mean.
So then when a woman doesn't model that, honey's like what you doing? Like you don't know what you're doing because this is what they've been taught that it looks like.
It's really
right?
Wow.
So sometimes coming can be really quiet. Coming can be like, damn.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to, remember that there are all of these variations of vulvas and pussies. There are all of these variations of orgasms, your vaginal, your clitoral, your anal orgasm, like your penetrative orgasm. Like every person is different as to what motivates their body to have this physiological response. And sometimes it's loud and you're gonna wake the fucking neighbors. And sometimes, it creeps up on you, sounds like a little mouse pissing on cotton. Like
Yes.
all variations.
That's how I'm that mouse. I'm quiet as a mouse. And I definitely when I have you back and it's not about a quickie, what you're saying is so profound and so brilliant. I love it. I love your style of being a sexpert because you are first of all, I love your confidence and all that in itself is just sexy. But the fact that you are just so thoughtful with the things that you say and that you actually are concerned about everybody feeling good and loving themselves and loving their bodies.
Yeah.
And you're giving us real deep information and presenting. Like, I would just love to sit in a lecture and hear you speak about a topic. You are a sexual abolitionist, but you are a professor of sex to me. As far as I'm concerned.
We gotta free them. We gotta free her, and it is, and and not only that, but if you're a sapiosexual means that you orgasm from mental stimulation, right? So maybe your orgasms while you're celibate can come from your mental orgasms too. Like, it's not always physical. I mean,
right.
There are some, I've had lovers who could talk to me, could say something in my ear, and I'd be like, oh shit.
That's why I love a smart man.
I'm out,
Yes.
And we have to use all our senses. We have to use our visual sense, our nose sense, our mouth sense, our ears, our body. The brain is the largest sex organ that we have. So there are all of these different variations and ways to come that we oftentimes are just not accessing. And so I just want everybody to be able to access that, and open up that treasure chest of opportunity of maximizing your orgasms, all different versions of them.
Yes. Well, Frenchy, thank you so much for coming on and having a quickie with me. I adore you. I love you. You brought your pussy t-shirt. You brought the clitoris. You brought a little piece of pussy with you. And everyone,
hi, Queen.
As you see that you can check Frenchy out. I have her IG on here floating down below. Say it for me because I know it's a French term that means tell the truth.
Yes. Dis la vérité ici.
Dis la vérité ici. That's sexy in itself.
Well, your background, family, and whatnot, but it means speak the truth here.
So, absolutely. Okay.
Always gonna speak the truth. So dis la vérité.
Y'all follow Frenchy on IG. This was just a quickie with her. You can definitely reach out to her and find out more about what she does and how you can get more information about things so that you can also enhance your sexual life and be free.
I have a few of these left. I've been selling out because I'm working on the next line, but I have a few of these left. So,
and they can purchase it on your website, thelibidotalk.com.
They can. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to buy the full organ of what a clitoris looks like, so you can learn about your body or learn about your partner's body, go to libidotalk.com and check out Frenchy. And Frenchy, I adore you. I'm going to move on to my next expert. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you
again. I love you all. I love you, Erica. Thank you.
Thank you, Frenchy. Woo! Y'all need a drink after that, girl. Frenchy done dropped some stuff. Woo! Listen, it's real. Now, moving on. And we're a little behind time. I'm trying to stay on schedule, y'all. I'm sorry. These are quickies. But when people, it's just like real sex. When you start getting it on, shit start feeling good. And you're like, oh my God, I don't want a quickie no more. But we are going to keep it moving tonight because I have a lot of people coming on and I don't want the show to be 4 hours long. So with that, coming up next, my next sexpert that's going to give us a quickie is my girl, Gina. Come on up. Let me see. Are you there? You there? Hey, Gina.
See me? Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Yes, you sound good. How you doing?
All right. I am doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Oh man, I forgot to ask Frenchy what she was drinking. What are you drinking?
Oh, I'm definitely getting down on a little Tito's and cranberry juice. Just a little something,
Yeah.
something. I'm dipping in the
Wow.
stash, drinking a
Yeah.
little something, something. You told me I had to have a nightcap. I don't even drink, but you told me I
I
had
don't
to have a
either,
nightcap.
really.
I don't
Yeah,
even
I
drink.
don't
You
really
told me I
drink
had to have a
either.
nightcap, so
Yes. Hey, thank you. Cheers.
I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you
Cheers.
for joining me.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Absolutely.
So now, what are you teaching us about today? Because I know we ended up starting a little late, because me and Frenchy both had some technical difficulties. We started a little late, but I'm gonna keep it moving because I got so many people tonight. But what's the quickie tonight, girl? Surprise me. What are we talking about?
Absolutely. So first of all, let me just kudos to Frenchy. She brought the noise. She brought
Oh
the
yeah,
pussy to the table.
yes.
Gotta love it for that.
Frenchy's
I started to
amazing.
run, but I didn't know what time was coming. I started to run and get my penis because I'm like, well, she brought the pussy. I should bring the dick. Let's do this, right? We have to make sure that we keep this so that you don't get banned again, right? Didn't you get in trouble?
I'm in trouble right now. I am
something?
currently banned from Facebook.
Aren't you on Facebook punishment as we speak?
Yes, I am on Facebook punishment. I do come back the middle of the month. So we'll get back to our, to Facebook later. But right now we rolling with YouTube.
I absolutely love it, and YouTube is great.
Yes.
Is great. That's where people are getting their good videos from. That's where so this is great. So congratulations on Nightcap with Erica.
Thank you, Gina.
This is the new late night thing to do.
I know people are really
you want something, girl.
People are enjoying this.
I am the owner of Monday Night. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. So tell us all about your business and what you do.
Okay. So I am Gina Lamar. I talk about sex for a living. And people say, well, like I'm an expert, something like that. No, I'm an HIV training specialist. So by trade, I'm an HIV training specialist. The main mode of transmission continues to be unprotected sex. So that's what I'm always talking about, right? So just as Frenchy was talking and saying, hey, talking about the clit and, how you please yourself and why you should please yourself. That's how Monday Night Mingle was born. I was sitting in my office all the time. Once people were infected and or impacted with HIV, gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, those are all the things I talk about. Actually, I was doing the Mingling Minute on Fox, and that's how I met you the first time, right? You were on doing your promotion. I just finished doing my segment on Fox every Monday. And we were doing that, talking about just different topics. So it's really important, as Frenchy said, that we know how to please ourselves. Well, Monday Night Mingle was born of that because I was tired of waiting till you were in my office, infected and or impacted. And so let's start having these conversations before you get the virus, before you get, infected, right? So I started Monday Night Mingle because if you look it up, most times people are looking to get tested on a Monday because they didn't have a nightcap with Erica over the weekend.
Right, honey.
So they doing nightcaps with Erica, learning about their clit from Frenchy, not just masturbating, having a partner teach them how to please them. And so then they end up, maybe not using protection, and I get the call on a Monday. So that's where Monday Night Mingle was born. Then I kept saying, oh, let's do it in in the library. Let's have a group of women. Let's do this. Put it in a bar, added a little tequila or vodka or Tito's. Next thing I know, bam, 5,000 followers later, right?
Yes.
So you got it. So I'm like, whoa, okay, I see what the thing is. You need to add them in.
Yeah.
You always got to add them in. So I didn't recognize I'd be following the clit because I definitely would have had the penis because the two together keep me in business.
So what do you want to talk about us tonight?
My quickie is what we're talking about with that quickie and how you're going to do masturbation, right? So when you're saying it's masturbation month, you may not necessarily want to do it. You may be quarantined and you may not want to. I heard what you said about making you touch yourself and the way in which you're going to do it. All that matters and all that, you may or might want to do it, but you also can have somebody do it for you. Sometimes people just can't get there on their own. I don't believe I'm saying this on your show, but I'm one of those, I need a little help.
Yes.
Right. So, you have the toys, you have some of the things that are battery operated. Yeah, I'm going to pay ComEd because I need that sucker to be plugged into some real electricity.
Damn.
I'm not going to. Then the
Wait.
battery operated ain't going to work with the G.
What? Girl.
So therefore,
So your pussy is like, plug it in, bitch. What is you doing?
I'm like, ComEd needs to be paid. Ain't no questions asked. Like,
Yes.
anybody got time for no double D? I got these triple D's. Right. No, I'm kidding. But
no more
you
double
work
D's.
with these.
You need more D's. Yes.
You got it. You got it. So tonight's quickie. So my quickie really and truly is have your partner. I agree with what she said. Let's have your partner teach them how to please you, right? Yeah. And one of the things that we recognize is that we as women don't. We just don't know how. We always let them get theirs. Start off. If you know you're not going to come from being bent over, then you make sure he starts on the front. He got to start with the girls first.
Yes. Now let me say this, and yes. I too can't believe I'm about to say this on national YouTube, but
I know, right? The nightcap is bringing it out.
What men always used to love titties. I feel like I'm running into a lot of men lately that aren't titty guys. And if they do, it's such a quick thing. They don't like this a lot of titty right here. So I mean, with some people, maybe their titties are smaller or whatever it is, they might like the same way men don't want their dick just like I don't want my titty just pinched and blew on like it's like no.
1 minute.
Go
but you want 10 minutes ahead.
Do what you want 10 minutes ahead. You want magic.
Work your magic. Work your magic.
Yes.
Make it happen.
Wax on and wax off like Mr. Miyagi.
I love it. And that's exactly it. Fear does not exist in a dojo. All right, so now I will say this. I can't believe I said that. Oh, come on now. Anyway, I will say this. You have to make sure that happens for you. Because that's what they're going to do. Once they do put you in that position, they ain't going to stop until they come. So you have to make sure that you don't stop until you get there.
Yes.
Once they get there, once you get to what you need, then you can flip me, smack it up, flip it, rub it down, do whatever you need to do. Because once they get in that groove, it's over. They're going to have, I don't care if your left leg is wrapped around your right ear. Once they're getting in that groove, they're going to keep going until they come. And then, based on what age you're dealing with, it's a wrap.
But the thing is, right? I do think a lot of women, most of my close female friends could care less about their breasts being touched. They full on will tell me, they're like, a dude need to eat pussy and focus on that. So I understand though why there are so many men that purely focus on oral sex and eating a woman out, right? Because that's what a lot of women are more so into. But I'm like, there are some of us, just like there are sapiosexuals, like Frenchy brought up, that love mental stimulation. Some of us like a good old titty suck. And come on now.
If you know how to play with the girls, you can always get up in this mug, right? Like you just have to know how to do it. That's what you have to know. But you have to know what kind of person makes you come, right? So I'm gonna say this on national YouTube. Brace yourselves, because all my girlfriends hate it and women hate it when I say that Monday Night Mingle. I don't like oral sex done on me. I get off by giving it, not by receiving it. So because I don't necessarily like it on me, right? It isn't one of the things that works for me. And so once you know that about yourself and you get there, all the women are like, shut up. Don't you say that shit.
Right.
Niggas gotta eat pussy, right? Excuse me. Shouldn't be saying that. Right. But they gotta eat pussy, right? It has to happen, right? And you're like, not if that's not what works for you. No. And so then you do have to say that. But again, if you're not eating it right, don't even do that either. Don't,
Gina,
don't waste.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Because it's been
go ahead. Go.
It's been a long time since I've had a sister that was like a kindred spirit. I feel like you and I are here with that. And, I'm usually in rooms where I'm I'm the odd woman out.
The
Everybody's like, oh, he better eat pussy. He better come. He better eat that pussy. Pussy. And I'm like, well, what about a pleasurable titty suck? Titty suck. They get to talking shit. And I'm like, no. So I'm so excited. So, but let me ask you, what do you do though if the partner and the person
to
you're
make that
with,
happen.
if he really loves to perform oral sex and it's not really
He
your
gets it
thing,
for
but
his
it's his
birthday. He can get it for his birthday and New Year's Eve. He can get it for his birthday.
so
And that's what my best friend is. She's on this chat. I saw her say something earlier. She loves it. She's like, bitch, who do you think you are that he gets to eat your pussy on his birthday?
right.
I'm like, that's who I am. That's who I am. Like, that's his gift. Like, okay, fine, I'm gonna let you eat it. It's your birthday. It's New Year's Eve, right? You might get it. But otherwise, you're gonna have to do what it takes to please me. And I learned that that's where Monday Night Mingle was born. When I started teaching women how to protect themselves and how to say no to sex, not disclose their status, but also get what they need, they were like, well, damn, had I known this, I probably wouldn't have been infected. Because what happens is they get into these relationships doing exactly what you said. They don't get what they need, they don't get what they want, and they just allow the person to just come in and get whatever he needs. And that would be great if we were kept women, if we had somebody paying all of our bills and we didn't have to go to work and we didn't have to be bothered with other folks. But if I got to go to work, I have to go to a job, I have to pay bills, you best believe I'm going to get what I need during sex. And if I'm not going to get it, then you're not going to get it. And that just has to happen. I mean, don't get me wrong. Every single time, one of it's one of the songs, I got to get mine. You got to get yours. So one person, was it Tupac? Yeah, I get mine, get yours. So first one gets there might win. But no, we as women have got to learn to say, if you don't play with these girls, I mean, because for some people, they do need, they may need the pussy eating cunnilingus, right? As we say. But if that's not for you, you have to do what works for you. So I'm going to say that. Now I'm going to say this other thing too. We're seeing a spike in oral cancers in men from women with HPV.
Whoa! Talk about it quickly, Gina. Talk about it.
Yeah, but I'm that's just the public health in me, right? We're seeing the spike in oral cancers in men. And we're like, what's happening with that? Not from smoking, not from drinking, but from eating pussy that's infected and or impacted with HPV. And so we see that spike, and that's one of the things that we say. So, we have dental dams, but nobody's using any of that stuff. I'm real clear about that. It's what keeps me in business. If everybody was using everything, I'd be out of work. I'd have to go sell, shoes in the shoe store. But no, because everybody still has feet. But no, everybody's doing it raw, and it keeps me with a job. So
it keeps you in business. But a goal for us should be to put you out of business. The goal should be, we don't want to give Gina any more business with trying to save our lives and our health. Gina,
Watch this. Don't worry.
You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Somebody's going raw as we speak.
And
look, during this.
But you know
somebody's
what?
Going raw doing this thing. Yeah.
I now, because like I mentioned, right now I'm celibate. I'll be back. They let them miss me for a minute. I'll be back out here in these streets. Miss Pound Cakes needed a small little break. But I think I know for sure I am going to be fully using condoms for oral on him and on me.
Or dental dam. Yep.
Yeah, the dental dam.
Yeah.
Like you have to.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say they just from now on have to do it, and I don't want to take the chance. And I had 2 dentists on last week that talked about oral pleasure and oral sex.
Yeah.
And both of them were saying some of these pretty boys that's out here, they so fine, they so sexy, they the hot dudes. But when you open that mouth and look back there in that mouth, baby, and see what's going on, honey, you'll never let them eat your pussy again. I'm telling you.
And when you have somebody whose breath just won't go bad, you're like, either that's a bad tooth Because if that's coming from the gases in your stomach, that means you rotting on the inside. You got a couple of
Mhm.
other things going on. You know what though? But that's the fun part when we talk about it and stuff. Like you get to continuously talk about sex, and as you're doing nightcaps, these are really good because it makes us talk about it in a different light. I want to just talk about it in a clinical setting. I want to talk about it with a little cocktail, have a little fun with it, because every single time we talk about it, it opens up. Somebody else opens up. Now,
Yes.
for some people, it's opening legs. Other people, it's opening their mind. But it doesn't matter. Somebody is getting opened up after these nightcaps with Erica.
Open. Yes. So it is a quickie, and I enjoy you coming. Before you go, can you quickly give us any insight or quick tips or advice, anything that you want to say to people before you get out of here?
Yeah, the Monday Night Mingle tagline: swallow or spit, never let it sit. Got that? Swallow or spit, never let it sit. So when you're having oral sex and he comes in your mouth and you're like, nope, don't hold it. Because what did we just talk about with that oral health? There are portals, very, very small, very small. Oral sex is one of the lowest modes of transmission, but it's still a mode of transmission. You got a bunch of rotten teeth, bleeding gums, and you got some cum full of gonorrhea, chlamydia, or HIV, you can indeed contract the virus. So what's the tagline? I want you to learn it, Erica. Swallow or spit, never let it sit. Good night.
You nasty bitch, but I love it. Swallow or spit, never let it sit. Swallow or spit, never let it sit. Swallow or spit,
swallow
never let it sit.
Never let
Swallow
it
or
sit.
spit, never let it sit. Hey.
You know we're gonna get put off YouTube for a
right now. They're gonna cancel me off YouTube. Damn you, Gina. Damn, Gina. Yeah, I love it. Listen, you need to get a t-shirt made with that: swallow or spit, never let it sit.
Absolutely.
All of y'all hear that are watching this, remember, Gina said it. When you sucking dick, swallow or spit, but never let it sit.
You got it. Get it out your mouth. Get it down your throat, because the acids in your stomach are gonna kill it, or spit it out. And put it on his stomach. Don't put mixing up your sheets. Put it on him.
Right. Spit that shit back on his ass. Let his skin disintegrate and get all kind of bumps and bruises on it. Fuck his whole skin up. Fuck his whole outer dermis up. Spit on his ass. Y'all
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Oh God. Listen, with that being said, I enjoyed this quickie with you. If I can toast, we can do a quick little toast together. Cheers to good health and to just getting all these bitches that swallow and spit and never let it sit.
That's right. That's right.
There you go. Thank you, Gina. I hope to have you back on the show soon.
Absolutely. Have a good one. I'm tuning in for the next one.
Yes. Thank you. Woo, that was good. That was good, y'all. Swallow or spit. Never let it sit. See, that's why quickies are important. You get the information, it's a grab and dash. You get it and go. You get it and go. So let me see. Gina wasn't supposed to be on the show until a little later, but she got here before some other people, so I pulled her on. So what I want to do right now is going to bring up my girl, Miss Pink Kitty. Y'all ready? Have your questions ready now. Let me know what you're thinking. What's on your mind? You there, Miss Pink Kitty?
I look so dark. Why is that?
Hey, girl. What's going on?
Hey, boy.
How are you?
I am doing wonderful.
Hey.
I'm feeling perfect.
What's perfect? Yes, I love it. I love it. How have you? So introduce yourself to everybody and tell us what's up. I don't know if you have music on in the background. You have to turn it down.
I don't have anything on. It's like dead silence here.
I don't know. I'm hearing something. But anyway, so
let me get my pen.
Don't worry. It's all good. Tell us who you are, what you do, and we're gonna have us a quick old quickie. Give us some information.
Okay, I'm Vanessa. I'm the owner of Pink Kitty LLC, and I own an adult novelty online shop and mobile shop. In addition to that, because I'm a certified sexologist and a community sexual health resource, which means that I have over 120 hours in sex education, sexual behaviors, genders, STDs, bondage, and BDSM behaviors, all that stuff related to sex and reproductive health. I have actually studied it. So, in addition to me selling adult novelty, as well as teaching, doing sex toy parties, I also do workshops on female ejaculation and fellatio and cunnilingus. I actually teach guys how to perform cunnilingus on women. I teach them 25 different techniques. And I've been in business for 12 years this year. So that's all about me and PK.
Yes.
Do you guys still have an echo? Is it gone?
Don't worry about it. We're fine. We're going to keep
Hey,
it
I'm
moving.
going to plug in my headphones because we're going to make this work, girl.
Okay, yes. Thank you. And that does help some with you put the headphones in. It should take the echo away.
All right.
Hey. Yes.
Oh, yay.
Gotta get here with our quickie. So listen, I know that you and I first met years ago when I was doing my one show, Fat Bitch, and
Fat Bitch.
Yes, and in my show, I give a really honest story about a masturbation situation that I had, and because of that, I like to give away a silver bullet, or something like that to an audience member. And you were one of the first people that had a shop that sponsored me here in Chicago and gave me a toy for a woman. So I just want to say thank you again. I appreciate that. And hopefully when I do my tour this fall, you'll be willing to sponsor me again.
Girl, yeah, we got each other, right? Because we got.
Absolutely.
And you know, with me, I always say partying with you is pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now it's all on you. What's the quickie? What you doing to me today? What are we talking about?
So I am an avid celebrator of masturbation month, right? So for me, we are going to talk about masturbation. Let's get it.
What's so cool is when I first came, had for the last 3 weeks been saying I want to do a marathon of Sexperts, one after the other. And in particular, I've had Frenchy and Tazima on a lot. Finding a good sexpert is almost as hard as finding somebody to fuck, a good fuck partner. Everybody doesn't know what they're talking about. Everybody doesn't come with the right energy and with the right intent. So I was lucky that I was blessed with Tazima and Frenchy that have been coming on my show, and people are loving them. But I was like, I got to get out and search for some more. And I wasn't thinking about, and I forgot I already had you. You know,
girl, I love you and support you forever. So yeah.
So I'm happy that this is that you're here. But so I wanted to do back and did not even realize in May was masturbation. I saw it up, and I was like, damn, it's a whole month celebrating masturbation.
Yeah, honey.
Perfect. So
you see how excited I am? It's the most wonderful time of the year for me. I don't celebrate no holidays but my birthday and masturbation month. Yes, wait. I'm lying. March 14th is steak and a blowjob day. I absolutely celebrate.
You have a blowjob day? It's March 14th.
Yeah, every year. You don't be singing my post? Every year I got to get it in. It's celebrate steak and a blowjob day.
Oh my God.
Get into it.
Okay. Damn, y'all are schooling me. Okay, so go ahead. What are you telling me about today with the
Okay, so first, because of the two previous ladies, by the way, awesome job. And Frenchy, oh my God, we need to talk, honey, because I'm gonna need that clip.
Yes.
And I'm gonna need that t-shirt. Yes, I love pussy. I think my pussy is amazing.
Yes.
She is majestic. And together we are majestical. So yes, I'm gonna need to be representing. So yeah, on that shirt. So on that note though, I currently have a quarantine day. And
so he there staying with you?
Oh no, because this is my personal time. Because it's masturbation month, you know. So anyhow, but I just wanted to let you guys know, because of the previous conversations, that I absolutely train each person that I have sex with, and I mean that seriously. my book that I read, and I make them read. Like I don't usually have to force because this is a prerequisite for getting a pussy. She comes first. I don't mean to be publishing this dude's book,
That's fine.
posting it and promoting it. But honey, I have witnesses that will attest to that I'm serious about this. I make every person that I encounter for sex in the last 5 years read this book. She comes first. You can buy it on my website, pinkkitty.com, or buy it and make sure you get it. That's the whole point. So she comes first, and Seymour Bless is one of my friends. We met at a sex expo about 10 years ago, and he also has an amazing book. He is a major porn star. Rock Her World from back in the 80s. Girl. I don't watch porn, but it's my guy. So anyway, and he has Rock Her World. So these two books are prerequisites for having sex with me. Yes, we don't fuck.
Wow. That is required reading. Actually, somebody else
required reading. We actually read it together. We'll sit there. Yeah, I don't play no games. I'm gonna make sure you read it. Mm-hmm.
Wow, I need to get those. And I would actually love to have both of them on my show. So I gotta reach out.
Make that happen.
Yeah, but do you all hear that? Everybody watching, men and women, and especially for the women, especially like if you're shy and have issues communicating what you want, which we all need to work past that.
Yes.
In the meantime, in between time, tell that nigga to go on Amazon and buy him a motherfucking book and read it. And so then, what do you do, girl? Do you test them? Do you give them a quiz, girl? What do you?
We don't do a quiz. I mean, because I know if he read it by the way he responds. Because this ain't no regular pussy. I told you it was majestic, right? It's majestic. So yeah, we'll talk about that some other time. Because today we're talking about masturbation. But yes, honey, absolutely, this is majestical pussy, and I'm gonna know if you read the manual. This is the manual by how you respond when it's time for us to have relations. Okay. So on that note, like I said, I want to talk about masturbation because it is a National Masturbation Month, and I am uber excited. Matter of fact, I posted about it on my YouTube channel like all month long. I am going to be celebrating with everybody. I am all about my self-pleasure because, as Frenchy said, that is actually a very serious form of self-care. My friends used to laugh at me because I make sure I masturbate every day, sometimes multiple times a day, with whether or not I'm in a relationship, whether or not I was married. I always make sure that I masturbate because regardless of whatever happens in the bedroom with me and another person, I need to connect with myself. And so I grew up, as Frenchy was saying, in a very religious household where I was taught that masturbation was not the key. But I realized that, as she mentioned again, that it releases endorphins. Endorphins are your happy gene. So unless you have that release, you can't. Your body cannot. Your body is a bunch of your moves are a bunch of hormones reacting or responding to whatever is happening on the outer. So if you can't release in order to go to your next level, you're kind of defeating the purpose. So again, not saying that means that you should masturbate every day, but like I said, I make sure that I do. And this is how I keep this smile on my own face. Okay, so one of the things that the issues that I had with masturbation a long time ago was that, like you said, Erica, I love how these big old triple H's, yes, they triple H's. I love how these triple H's stimulated. I want somebody rubbing them, dicking them, sucking them. And when you masturbating yourself, you kind of miss that, right? Mm-hmm. So I have nipple suckers, girl. It is a thing.
Wait, you have them with you now?
Nipple suckers, yes, that's what these are. These are nipple suckers. So basically, the way that I use them is I put some lube on them, or I rub some lube on my nipples. It depends on how sexy I was feeling. And you put it directly on your nipple, and you depress and squeeze, and it's air, so it feels like a suction on my nipples. Yes, ma'am. So while I'm enjoying myself down below, I have some nipple suckers to give you the pleasure that I need. To, again, if I'm by myself, he can't do it, or she can't do it, or however I'm rocking that day. So I like to, make sure I'm getting the full body experience. This is perfect. Matter of fact, today I used my own, not these, but she ain't got the box, I promise. I use my own in the tub because I do a full soak. When I masturbate, I do a full soak. I look at my body. I have a mirror in my bathroom at all times and a pillow. And I look at my body and say, ooh, girl, you so sexy. Sometimes I put flowers and fruit in my tub. Yes, honey, my masturbation. This is majestic pussy, like I said. So it gets real. So yes, so I have my little suckers today, and I was like, oh yes, I can't wait to talk to Erica today.
What? Oh my God. Kitty suckers.
Yes, honey, I got you. I'm
Yeah,
gonna send you some. We're gonna work it out.
oh my God, girl, wait a minute. I'm if I get some of them, I may never have need a nigga ever again.
Girl, matter of fact, you can have them. You can have them do some. You know, say, baby, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah,
This
so
is
that's
how I
what
want you to do it. So you can teach them how hard to suck, because you know sometimes that's the issue, right? How hard to suck.
yes,
They so used to watching porn, as Frenchy stated, so they be like, nah, nah, nah. You like,
right,
hold
right.
up, delicate flower. You know, I can't have you squeeze it hard until after my first orgasm, because I need to have 7. So after my first orgasm, you can squeeze them hard, but before that, you need to be gentle and loving. Show them that I'm beautiful. Show them that you understand. Yeah, we need to work into it. So yeah, I'm gonna sing this song.
Oh my, do y'all see this? First of all, the advances in sexual technology are,
Girl.
and although they and it's so diverse, I'm glad that there's something for everybody. I'm not into whips and chains and things like that, but them nipple suckers, bitch.
I got you, girl.
Pink Kitty, you know what you're talking about, honey.
Oh, you already know, honey. This is real right here.
Yes, and what I love about you too, though, is the whole idea of saying even that your pussy is majestic. Like, isn't that Maya Angelou, where somebody said that she walks like she has diamonds in between her legs?
Yes, honey.
One of those things. And I need to start operating that way. What I think people do like about me and like about this show and like about my guest on the show is that we are authentic and real and honest about things. And I have to say that part of my journey of self-discovery, of love, of sexual fulfillment and self-esteem is realizing that I got a motherfucking majestic ass pussy, and it's amazing, and it's beautiful, and it's pretty, and it's sexy, and it tastes good, and it's juicy, and I got titties that taste good too. So, and it's not about somebody else getting a whole bunch of pleasure from me, sucking me up and using me up. But I think a woman that walks into a room and knows that her pussy is majestic, and that this is the thing, you thinking until Frenchy, many of us were thinking our clitoris was just a little small little button thing. You just pinch it. Oh yes, but it's a whole living.
It's a universe, honey.
Yes,
it's a universe, and whether or not you have children, you give birth to things through it.
Yes. Oh wow.
Whether or not, So
tell me about that.
Oh, so this is my vulva. As she stated, the external area of your pussy is a vulva. So this is the actual full thing. She showed us the clitoris, which is what you call it, from here to here. And this is to symbolize the actual the outer region of the clit, and this is the vagina majora, and this is the clitoral, the labia majora, and right within is this is the labia majora, this is the labia minora, so this is like what would be considered the pink, right? And this right here is the hood, and mine is actually here, so that's the difference. This is the hood that sits over your clit, so your clit actually engorges and sticks out, and that's when he's able to, or he or she, like I said, however you will, is able to grow, stimulate you here. And one of the things that I was waiting for Frenchy to mention, because she had the clit on lock, right, is that the clitoris is the only organ on any body that was specifically designed for sex. Like that is its only function. We don't do nothing else with it but gain pleasure from sex. Like it literally was designed to give us pleasure. So when she mentioned that, I was like, yes, girl, I love you, Frenchy, so much. Because, honey, yes, my pussy is majestic and my clitoris, baby, that.
Yes.
So
go ahead. Go.
No, I was just showing you. Go ahead.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, Tazima, that's going to be on the show in a couple of minutes, she had even brought up just as far as like the medical field and medical science and specifically gynecology, it was a long time before they even acknowledged.
Yes, because they were like, only women can do it, and only women have it, and what in the world?
Right.
I mean, biological women, y'all. I really don't believe in exclusion at all. So I need to be specific when I say biological women.
Exactly. And I don't want, and it's so hard to have these conversations sometimes because I never want somebody to think I'm excluding them. Even
right. I just need to make this is my field, so I need to make sure I'm on top of it.
Right. Me as well. And I also never want my lesbian sisters or my bisexual, transgender, anybody thinking that my show is excluding them.
Right.
But what I need them to understand is that sometimes cisgendered Black women, we haven't even begun to fully explore ourselves, understand ourselves before I can even speak to some of the things that are going on with other folks. So I mean no harm. I love you. And I believe in inclusion and representation, and that we all deserve love. But when
we all deserve to be seen and heard.
Body on, let's not get on fat Black women in our bodies and what all that means. Speaking of which, somebody has a question for you before I let you get out of here. The question for Vanessa. I'm plus size and my partner wants me to sit on him.
Do it.
Suggestions on how to do that safely.
If he dies, sis. Let him go. No,
if he dies, sis. Let his ass die.
No, but seriously, just do it. You know, obviously, self-preservation is the first rule of survival, right? And it's actually something we cannot control. Our bodies naturally do things to control ourselves. So you sit down, he will adjust or move you, or have whatever situation he needs to resolve. He's not going to let you suffocate him, okay? So you sit down and let him move you, navigate. Matter of fact, I sell restraints. You might even want to try to do something like that. I sell seats designed specifically for sitting on the stage. Go to the BDSM section of pinkly.com. But like if he's telling you to do it, I need you to recognize that this is your partner saying, I want to feel the maximum that you have to offer on my face. I want to take in your life force, your very sensuality, your goddess center onto my face. So this is an act of actually love that you need to take on. Just do it, sis. He is not going to let you kill him. I promise.
Sit down. And look, just like Gina said, swallow a spit. Don't let it sit.
Don't let it sit. Right.
Put it back on them. Let it drip on them.
And I'm a squirter, so they already know it's gonna go down. Look.
Oh, oh my goodness. So and sit on them. Courtney, go ahead and sit on them, girl. I have that issue too. I'm actually in full disclosure, just to give y'all a little bit of information about me. I'm not a good rider. I'm going to have a show about that as well. I don't ride well. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably self-conscious in some way. I lose my balance. I need to figure that out. So that's not my strong suit. And men request it and want it all the time.
Yes.
It's like,
look, I need you to see.
I don't do it right. Like, I don't know.
It's chicks getting paid $200 to have dudes watch them, ride them that are at super plus size. Honey, get over it. This is your life.
$200.
Yes.
$200.
Did you hear me? 200. Watching it, not even experiencing it. To watch it. Get into it, sis. Handle your life. Do it. Sit down. Rock. Matter of fact, as long as you get down, like I said, they're not gonna let you kill them, and they definitely just want you to be there for having pleasure. The problem is if you're not enjoying it, so you need to figure out what you need to do. Like at one point, I was like, you know what? This is not gonna work. What we need to do? I told brother to go and find a milk crate at Walmart and come back. I straddled him on a milk crate until I got me a spanking bench, and he loved it. Matter of fact, toes was curling. Am I telling too much? Toes was curling. I was hearing the bones pop. Matter of fact, I can show you a text right now. It was 8 years ago, and he's still going. I remember that day.
But
live your life, girl. Get into it. Change your life. You are fucking majestic. If he's asking for it, he know what size you was when he asked you to get on top.
He already knows what you're working with.
He is not delusional. He was like, hey, do it. And if you're not comfortable, he'll be like, okay, move your leg this way. Move your leg that way.
Yeah, move it. Yes. Oh my God.
Girls, make it happen. But like I said, that there's all kinds of we can have a whole conversation about position control because I can come back to that because I do a workshop on female ejaculation, like I said. So to maximize your ability to have an orgasm while you're doing it as well. Because I know if you have something in your head going on about actually being on top, you're so busy focused on, I wonder if he's getting it, if it's right. I can't
Right.
feel a G spot, but it's okay. No, girl, we got this. Okay?
It should be about you enjoying it. So
Yeah.
listen, since it is a quickie and I got to get you out of
Yes,
here, I got to
girl.
bring the next person on. Anything, any party words, anything else you want to say about anything?
Well, I just wanted to say I hope everybody is enjoying National Masturbation Month. And actually, Erica, because you know I love you and I did this when we did your fat bitch thing, I did create a coupon code on my pinkkitty.com website. I think it's listed below. I did create a coupon code for everybody that's watching. You'll receive, I believe, $5 or $10 off an order of $50 or more at pinkkitty.com. If you use the coupon code Erica, because I love her, you'll receive, I think it's $10 actually. I believe it's $10 off your order on pinkkitty.com, and it lasts through the end of masturbation month because I want you to always do what? Hashtag get you some. Mwah.
I love it. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I so appreciate you coming on. I enjoyed this quickie. And y'all go to pinkkitty.com, use the code Erica, and get your discount and buy you some toys. Buy you some of these nipple suckers, honey.
She comes first.
She comes first. Thank you. Hashtag
Erica, message me and tell me where you want me to send your nipple suckers because I'm serious. I'm sending you those.
Yeah, honey, listen. If you send me those, I might have to use them live on air because I might as well. I got banned from Facebook.
I'm just saying, make it pop.
Yes.
All right, I love you, girl.
Thank you,
Thanks for having me. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Woo! Okay, guys, we're gonna keep it rolling. We got a late start today, and I apologize. And then some of the us were coming in at different times, so I'm putting people up before they were scheduled to go up, and this and the other. So try to keep it moving. Next, I got somebody coming in that's all the way in Brazil right now. And she's a tantric specialist and just so super sexy and juicy. And I'm so happy that she's gonna join us. Wait, I want to put her information up right now. Yeah, tantric therapist. Where'd it go? Yes, there we go. So I gotta wait. I'm technical difficulties here for a second. Okay, all right. I'm gonna bring up Renee, but she also goes by another name, and I don't want to mispronounce it, so I'm gonna let my baby tell you herself. Renee, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hey.
Hey, thank you.
Yes. Thank you. So my other name is Prandata Prim.
Prandata Prim. I just never want to say it incorrectly and be.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
I have to say, I hope I didn't throw you off because I was watching, but I didn't log on and backstage because I was watching you in French and it was so good. And I was like, damn, she's saying what I want to say. Damn. Like I was like,
you can say
I literally had to go leave and be like, okay, I'm gonna have to go do something else. Because I had same thing she got. I was like, go and talk about this.
Let's talk about it. It's okay.
It's good. Like literally everything she said, I was like, damn, that's what I was gonna say. But it's okay.
Yeah.
I got so many different things I could talk about that it's good.
Yes. So, I mean, listen, it is okay for us to repeat some of the information because you all still are going to deliver it and give it in so many different ways. True. And especially, and Frenchy's from the perspective of, like I say, she's a sexual abolitionist. You are a tantric therapist. So you're dealing all with tantric energy and things like that. So it's all good. So
it's all good. I was loving it. So, so it's masturbation month. Wait, before I start, I want to go back on Courtney's question because it was so funny when she asked that question. It reminded me of last year sometime. There was a Facebook video that was going on around where there was a lady, she was a big lady who sat on her guy, and it was like this skinny guy. And it was like you would see the video of her like popping down on him, and he was like, "Yeah,
it's called squashing. It's called squashing.
Squashing, yes." And he was enjoying that, and I was like, "Whoa, yeah!" I was like, "I'm gonna have to gain me some weight to do that."
Because I had a friend in New York years ago named Rocky. I don't know if she's still doing it or not, but she was a squasher, and she made amazing money, honey. You talking about $250, $300 an hour to squash men. I am going to do a future show later this month about fetishes as a overall, and the good and the bad of them, because it's something I definitely want to discuss. Even feeders, men that like to watch you eat, people that like to actually have sex with feet, not just a foot fetish where they want to suck toes, but they actually enjoy having sex with feet. There are men that like penetrating stomachs and bellies. It's all kinds of stuff out here. There's this hot, sexy guy that wears a diaper that I've been seeing online, and I want to, hopefully I can find him, like get in touch with him and bring him on. So yes.
Okay. So let's get started. So first, you already introduced me as a tantric therapist. Yes, I'm a tantric therapist, a sex and relationships coach as well. And so when I got started, I wasn't always so free and so open to doing different things. I was a Christian. I was raised as a Christian, wanted to wait before I had sex. And then that all went downhill when I went to college. And I had a boyfriend who was like, let's go to a swingers club. And I was like, I'm not going to no swingers club. But bottom line is I was open and I was like, all right, let me try something. And I enjoyed it. And I was like, whoa, I didn't realize I would love this, And then I had another friend who was like, let's go to a playhouse. And so we get to the playhouse, we open the door, they knock on the door and you have to give a little code name, secret name, go in. And I was just like, there's a whole nother world. The whole BDSM, kink, they're swingers, and it turned me out. And so later, I started to study Tantra and started working more with Tantra. And this is the first time that I love what I do. Like, I love my work. I'm not sitting down just doing talk therapy like I used to do as a psychotherapist. Now I'm like helping women to squirt who's never squirted before, and helping men who have premature ejaculation, and just helping people in general get to learn their bodies. Now, for the month of May, on my Patreon account, I am going to be teaching every Monday is Masturbation Monday for the whole month of May, where we're going to be going into how to masturbate, because people weren't taught how to masturbate. You go to school and you learn different things, but we don't really learn sex ed in school. There's so many people. I have so many women who come to me. They don't know what their vagina looks like. They don't know what their vulva looks like. So what I do with a lot of them, I have them use a mirror, and look at themselves and connect with themselves, talk to themselves. And in my session, I've had women do it. I do this online now that we're in this, in this quarantine, but I've done it in person as well. And I've had so many women begin to just cry because they have never connected with their vaginas. Their yoni, which I like to call it. Yoni in Sanskrit is like sacred space, sacred portal. And so that's what our vagina is. It's a sacred space. And so really just have them connect with this. Now, because it's Masturbation Monday, I'm going to show you some goodies. First and foremost, I like to say, I think that people, when you masturbate, it's really good to use your hands because you connect to yourself. You connect to your body even more, and you're getting to learn it. Now, like, who is that? Was just saying that she needs the vibration, the battery. Good too.
The Gina.
I'm going to show you my different toys. I'm going to show you my favorite one first and foremost. Satisfier Pro. So she was showing Pink Kitty, is that her name? She was showing the nipple sucker.
Yes.
Clit sucker. This bad boy is so good. You see that hole right there? You put it on the clit and it sucks. It does a suction and it's like vibrating. If you've never squirted in your life, this right here will make you squirt. I guarantee it.
What? Oh
yes.
My God.
This is my favorite, Satisfier Pro. Go out and get you this. Okay.
My goodness. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get all these things going at once. If I got my nipple suckers here and then my cookie sucker there, and I'm just squirting away like. You gotta have that coordination.
You don't get sucked into a vacuum.
Like just get to it fast. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Huh?
I was like, oh my goodness. I'm excited that there are more women in this industry now, so that you all can put people up on game. Because this show is really for me because I don't know a lot of things and I want to learn. So everything you all, each one of you are coming on just blowing my mind. And
Right.
I've never even thought about exploring with a lot of toys. So I'm glad that we're talking about this. Wow.
And I think it's really important that we explore. And it's like, if you don't know what feels good to you, you don't know what you like, how can you express that to your partner? How can you have a true enjoyable relationship if you don't even know what you like? So you have to be able to explore. And so, like, for me, I didn't know I had some exhibitionist in me and some voyeuristic tendencies until I went to the swingers club, because I was like, enjoy watching people have sex. I was like, and it turned me on.
I want to talk about that. Can we talk about that? Do you mind?
Okay, we can talk about that real quick. Okay.
Yes. I would think maybe a voyeur. That means to watch, right? I'm not a participant. I like to sit back and watch people. And that may be the storyteller and the writer in me and the director in me, but I like to sit back. But I've always been afraid of going to some type of swingers party or a sex club, because I was like, they gonna want me to, I'm so irresistible. Everybody gonna want me to participate. And I don't want to. I just want to watch without feeling, without making people feel like I'm there taking them all in and not giving anything back.
And that's what the good thing is that you don't have to participate. And they're very respectful of that. And so there's very set rules. And so, when I went with my boyfriend at the time, he was like, look, we don't have to do anything. And I was like, okay, because I don't, I ain't doing nothing. Girl, I sure did a lot. So I was like, I'm not doing anything. But it was funny because I was never really into porn. So porn just did nothing for me. Like, it absolutely did nothing. So I didn't think I would be a voyeuristic, And so, but when I was there, I think something about being in person, like hearing the sounds in person and really seeing people, I would get so wet. And I was like, I had to take him into the room. And then we did end up like getting with another couple.
Wow.
The second time I went. And so I actually watched him perform oral sex on her. And I was like, that turned me on. And I was just like, ain't he good? Look at how good he is. And it turned me on to see, because I knew how good he was. Damn. And then for the first time, I did allow her to do me, but it did nothing, because because in my mind, I was just like, I knew how good he was, but I was open to experiencing, and I allowed her, and it felt good, but it wasn't like him. And so then I was like, okay, come here, baby, come on. Wow. Let's do this. And it was awesome. It was amazing. And so when you're in there, they have all these different rooms, themed rooms. So you have like the huge bed for the orgy. You have another room where you have like the little peepholes, so you can go in and you could just, outside, you're standing like out the door in the peepholes and you're looking like the peeping Tom. Then you have they had a room where they had all the different whips and chains and everything. And it was very clean, very organized. You have to bring your own alcohol. They keep it at the bar. And then you would just go there when you wanted to get your drink. They provide you with condoms, fresh sheets. So anytime you went into a room, you would grab your sheets. If you needed new ones, you just get in the dirty bin, get some new ones. Very organized, very clean, amazing. Then I had a friend who, invited me to a playhouse. So, just opening up and going to a playhouse, I realized even more that I'm a voyeur, because I just watched. So when I went to the playhouse, I didn't really participate in anything just because there was no one that I was interested in, but it was nice to watch, to see these different couples express their love and their intimacy in different ways. So it was like, wow, I didn't know this type of love and passion could exist in this form. And so it's the same thing, exploring our bodies with this new look, being able to experiment different things. Mm-hmm. This, I'm going to show you, was my very first vibrator. Wow. And let me see if it's actually, I didn't put a battery in there. I need to put a battery. But this part here turns and it vibrates, and then this stimulates the clit. And this is a rabbit, and it's so good because this has different speeds, and you can turn here, you can turn here. This can go up and down in a circle. and you can feel different stimulations throughout. And so this is good because you get to kind of also stimulate the inside as well as the clitoris.
And let's not show it too much so that I don't get banned again.
Okay.
Yeah. I figure if I keep things up quick and back down quick, nobody.
Yeah. But I don't think you
report me. And it's like, but this is educational.
It's educational. And girl, I've been banned on Facebook too. But and let me show you one more.
I love this. I love that you're showing. Yes, please show it.
This right here is a beast. Okay, like
what, Lord?
This is a little baby one.
That's
a baby one.
Yeah.
You can graduate from this to this. I started with this first before I got here. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, I got to know where my camera is. But these are really good. So these are just different things that you can experiment and try. But for women, it's important, really, honestly, to do Kegel exercises. It's so important to just like strengthen your Kegel muscles, strengthen inside so that you could feel more, which is why I use this. This is another type of vibrator that also vibrates. You put batteries in and it vibrates. And I teach women to do different exercises with this. So you would insert it, the clit and the vagina, you would insert it and then do the Kegels on this. And this is going to help you learn the 3 different rings that we have. So we have 3 rings inside of the vagina. The first ring, the second, which is kind of the middle inside, and then the last. So the vagina is about 8 to 10 centimeters long. And so each ring is going to be about 2-3 centimeters, right? 3 centimeters or so, or 4. And so it's important to like do those exercises inside and the contractions to strengthen your muscles. And that's going to help you be a better lover. I'm going quick because this is a quickie. So this bad boy, yoni egg. Yoni egg is another way as well to work the yoni, the Kegel muscles. You insert this in the bigger side first. And this is obsidian. There's many different types. There's jade egg, there's rose quartz that works on love. Obsidian is very, very, very strong. It's very intense. So this is for women who have trauma. You use this to really just kind of meditate to release the trauma that you have. It can be intense. So usually I tell women, I have tons and I didn't bring them all here, but I have in my room. I tell women to start off with a jade egg, which is more, it works on the energy, cleansing the energy. It's very soft. It's very gentle. Start with that. And then if you have traumas, go to the obsidian and start to work with this. Then you can go and use the rose quartz to work on love if you want to bring love in. And so Nikia says, damn, what did I come back to?
Yeah. She's like, I went away and I came back like, what?
Right. Seeing these vibrators on screen. So, so what I say is, a lot of people want to call love in. But if you have traumas and you're not able to call love in, we got to work through those traumas first before you do the rose quartz. But if you want to, if you want to do some yoni egg therapy, message me. I can work with you through it. I can guide you on how to insert it, how to program it, how to cleanse it, all of that stuff, because it's not just simple as buying it and putting it in. And that's a whole course in itself to really teach you properly how to use it. Then we have Benoit balls. So this is excellent as well. It doesn't have the energetic benefits as the yoni egg, but it's still good to train you. The yoni eggs, because they're crystals, they're actually going to do a lot of cleansing energetically. It's going to heal you. This will strengthen the yoni so that you can be a great lover and have more orgasms. Let me tell you, when I started doing my Kegel exercises, I would have orgasms just from doing this, and our entire body is orgasmic. But we have to really train our bodies. We have to train all of the different muscles. And so this is what helps us become multi-orgasmic women.
Wow.
Oh, and let me show you just 2 more things real quick.
Yes.
This is also another type of vibrator. There's just different sizes. So what I do with this one is I do put it on the side. If you look at your yoni, I put it on, let's make sure I have this the right side. Okay. I put it to the side of the clit. I don't normally put it on top. I put this one on the side because this can be very intense. And that gives a lot of pleasure. Now with this one, obviously, I put it right on top. And it's great. But some women are very, very sensitive. The clitoris is very, very sensitive. So putting something on top might be like way too much for people. So if it's too much, start on the side. You'll get some great pleasure. It feels really good. On either side, I like to go back and forth. If I have one orgasm, then I go to the other side, have another one. I can literally have like multiple orgasms, 20. I've squirted like 20 times the most and then stopped because I was like, there's nothing else to come out. I must have lost like 10 pounds.
What?
Really? Like just kept doing it. So because I teach tantric massage and I've also been the model where people have taught on me. And so they've just, a class, like maybe they're doing the massage for like an hour. So I've literally come like 20 times. Has been a record, yes.
If we could all be like you, honey, my goodness. When there's so many women out here that aren't even coming once. And I even admitted on this show, I've never had an orgasm with a man before in my life. Never, ever, ever. And I faked them. I've done myself a disservice because especially early on and younger, I have faked it and did the whole what I saw on porn. And it's like, actually, I'm not feeling any of that, but I was more so worried about his feelings and his ego and his issues and when I talk to women, many of us do this. I would say a majority of women in certain age groups are more concerned about making sure that he has pleasure. So they will fake it. Women are faking it. And I know men don't want to hear that. I know a lot of dudes like, nah, not me. Cause shit, I got that monster on my dick.
But it's not. Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up again, because that was another note that I had wanted to say when I think you and Frenchy was talking about that, about the sounds. And so one of the things that I teach women is not to fake it, not to make those sounds, because what happens when you're faking it and you're like, even though you're not feeling anything, you're actually training your body to think that you're having orgasm. So your body begins to think that this is pleasurable, but it's really not. So I tell women, cut that, stop. And you have to communicate. You have to be able to be like, this is what feels good. This is what doesn't feel good. But yes, so many women, I had a client today that I was talking about, she just basically loved to please. She was married. She loved to please her husband. Didn't even know what she enjoyed, but was even afraid to tell him that, no, I'm faking. This doesn't feel good. And I'm like, how are you married and you're having sex all this time and you're not enjoying sex and you're not having orgasm?
Let me tell you.
But this is so common. It's common. I mean, the numbers are high. 70% of women don't have orgasms. Yeah. And so, and this is why I love your show. And this is why I'm like, look, anytime you want me to come here, I will be on, because it's so important for women, for us to talk about this. It's easier for men to talk about it. Men are in the locker rooms and they're talking about sex and the women that they did, but they're still learning incorrectly because they're watching porn. Yeah. And then all they're doing is like, I want to break this woman's back, which feels good at times too, but there's so much more. There's so much more.
And you know what? I would say, and for the men that are watching, because I do have several men love my show. I'm also very surprised though how many of them are prudes. Like a couple of my boys have reached out to me like, man, your show a little out there, so whatever. And it's like, it seems like anytime women are talking about something to empower themselves sexually, some men, not all, don't know how to handle that. And it's like, and my show is fun. We're laughing, we're having a good time. That's why I always stress. I know we want to talk about some real issues, and that's why I like having educated sexual professionals to come on the show. But I also want to laugh and have a good time and not be so heavy with it. Because there's some people that this is an uncomfortable conversation, and this is like the first time they're really getting to have it. There are not many shows, and I can't really think of any that's very female-centered, specifically really for women of color, Black women, us having a cocktail and talking about sex. It's just not really going on for the general public. I think there are pockets of us that are into the kink, into sex community, where y'all are having very upfront and honest conversations. But for the average girl that just gets on YouTube and watches the show, most of them are not getting what you all are giving. So I'm so happy that you're here and explaining all this. And I definitely want to make sure I have you back up, because I want to talk more about squirting, because I get a lot of people asking about that, but also the threesomes and sex parties and swinging and that whole world. People want to know about that. And
listen, I could come back and talk about that. I've been a swingers club in the U.S. as well as in Brazil. So
you're in Brazil now. She's in Brazil. So
yes.
Wow. So it is a quickie, and I got to bring my next person on. But is there anything else you want to say before you go?
Yeah, real quick. So Courtney asked about how to learn how to squirt. Do you have to make the muscles down there stronger? So I teach this a lot. So listen, Courtney, go to my YouTube channel, Prandata Prim or Renee Adolphe. You can look it up, Renee Adolphe, RENEEADOLPHE, or Prandata Prim, PRANDHARAPREM. I have lots of great YouTube videos on how to squirt. The biggest thing for women is you have to be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable, which is hard. Women are mental. So so you don't necessarily have to be stronger there, but you have to be more vulnerable. You have to surrender and allow and relax. So I do a lot of work in private sessions with women to connect with their bodies, like I showed in the beginning. I do a lot of mirror work where you're looking at yourself, and then we're talking to ourselves and connecting. And then I teach a lot of meditations, active meditations, to help you learn how to get out of your mind, to allow yourself to surrender so that you can squirt. But start on my YouTube channel. There's great information, Prandata Prim. Also, join me on Patreon. My Patreon page is Prandata Prim, PRANDHARPREM. It's up here. And for the month of May, I have self-exploration Sundays. So I'm actually giving you questions to think about that blocks you from being able to self-explore, which is another word for self-pleasing or masturbating. And then I have Masturbation Mondays and Tantric Tuesdays, where you will be learning different things about Tantra. So do those two things. A membership, $10 a month. I have 3 different tiers, $5, $10, or $50. But just $10 a month, you're going to get the Masturbation Mondays, Self-Exploration Sundays, and Tantric Tuesdays. So you're going to get a lot of information for just $10 a month. Also, you made me think about when you were talking about the kink. I'm going to be doing a BDSM and kink retreat, online retreat, second weekend of June 12th to the 14th. So send me a message if you're interested. Let me know that you watch this on Erica, and I will get you a 20% discount. Okay, and we'll talk more about that. So message me, or we can figure it out. With Erica, maybe you could do that thing again with the snapshot of both of us, and people could be like, I'm interested in the BDSM kink retreat.
Let's do it now.
Let's now.
So everybody, if you're watching and you're interested in the retreat and you want to be able to get 20% off to attend the retreat in June, go ahead and snapshot us now. Let's give a pose. Snapshot us. Screenshot us, and put it on Facebook or Instagram. Hashtag Prandata Prim.
Prandata Prim.
Prandata Prim.
Yes.
Hashtag that, and hashtag Nightcap with Erica.
Yes.
I know that may be a little easier for you. If you hashtag that and it's our picture together, she will search the hashtag, and she will give you 20% off on the retreat.
Yes. And also, retreat. You're going to get to learn. We're going to have fun. We're going to be playing in the retreat.
Yes.
So, yes. And it's not going to be expensive. So do that, and you'll already get 20% off. All right. So I I think that was
I'm
everything.
so glad you brought all those toys, and thank you
Me too.
for coming on the show and having this quickie with me. I really appreciate it. I know the audience appreciates it. And you're going to be back very soon. All of y'all. Like, I'm always having you all on as a group, and I wanted to be able to have some one-on-one conversations so people can get to know you. But I'll bring you back and we can talk about some other fun stuff. I appreciate it.
Yes. And here's my brandy.
Yes.
Nightcap.
Nightcap. Thank you for having a nightcap with me and having a quickie. I love it.
You're welcome. I thank you, and I had such a great time. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the questions and the comments. Love you guys. Bye.
You. Bye. And I loved her red lipstick. That red lip was doing it for me. Okay, we're gonna bring up my next. She's one of my favorites. They're all my favorites. But I loved Tazima's passion, and she's I don't know what she's gonna surprise me and have my quickie with her about today, but I always love when she talks about your pleasure cup overflowing, and just that feeling of you, the idea of you being a cup that's full of pleasure and abundance. I love that concept, and it's very intrigued by it. And she's been waiting in the wings because we're running behind schedule. So let me bring up Tazima.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Erica. Great to see you.
Great to see you. How you doing?
I'm feeling fabulous today. It was 70. I got some sun. I danced to some, old school WBMX mixes from the archives. Yes.
Oh my God. Wait, did you have it in your own?
The streaming services, they have it, Mixcloud. They've got like old tapes.
Yes.
The tapes that you made from the radio.
that old school, the BMX 5 and all that stuff.
Everybody.
Yeah, I miss those days. I miss that music. So first give everybody a quick introduction of who you are and what you do.
Sure. So my name is Tazima Paris. I'm the founder of Infinite Relating. I primarily help cis-het women, and the reason that I focus on cisgender heterosexual women is because of the scripts. I help women identify their needs and communicate them in ways that men can understand. This is tricky because of the scripts, and that's actually what I'm going to be talking about today. So I'm a sex and intimacy coach. I help people, women, really get into what is a need, having needs, being okay with having needs, and to shift the unrealistic expectations so that they can actually have a great time in the bedroom. And I have plenty of techniques for that, and I'm happy to share some of those tonight.
Yes. And I mean, in your practice, what do you find is like the biggest block that's keeping women from being able to really purely enjoy intimacy?
Primarily, it's unrealistic. Most often, it's unrealistic expectations.
Okay.
Those unrealistic expectations were installed when we were young. And by the way, the social standards that we adhere to and that we live by were installed in the society like hundreds of years ago.
Wow.
This shit is old.
It's bigger than just us and what we grow up with in our household and our parents' attitudes and the cultural attitudes. It's full on, like, this is generational.
It's intergenerational, and the predominant culture, their shit was fucked up. I'm reading a book. It's called Bright Siding. She breaks it all the way down. Anyway, it's all about basically how America is based on first like really harsh self-judgment and analysis and Christian craziness. Not Christian. Christian obsessive. Yeah. Being obsessive about sex and sin and all of that. So it's not, I love Christ. I love Christian.
Oh, absolutely. I get it.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how it fucks people up. And
yes, and interpretations. The thing is that, listen, what is more godly than sex? You know what I mean? That is a spiritual, beautiful gift that was given to us. Exactly. It's the interpretation and the dogma and all those other things that get put into the mix and make things crazy. So yeah, and then the fact that we even are so where we can't even speak freely sometimes on what's on our mind because we're fearful that every little thing we say will be misconstrued and somebody's going to get mad and they're going to take things the wrong way. No, what you're saying is true and right. You know.
Yeah. And it's not your fault. Like, it's not just like you and your one little life that you created all this mess. No, you were born into a family that existed in a culture. And if you're a person like me, I'm from a culture that was, created by some other people in, colonialism. Slavery is one level. Colonialism is a whole other level, but it all works together and it's fucked up. The point being, a lot of baggage that has nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with me.
Creates those blocks that keep us from just simply enjoying ourselves and enjoying our bodies, whether we even realize it or not. Because I know even with me, masturbation was something that used to make me feel really guilty.
Yeah.
And no one has ever outright told me it was wrong.
No.
Coach, you know what I'm saying?
They don't have to.
Yeah. So I think that's so deep when you say that it's intergenerational. It goes like way back before us. So if we're gonna fix these things and move past them, it really does probably take for us to go and meet with somebody like you and talk to somebody like you that's fully aware, that understands and can give us the right perspective so we can start loving on ourselves better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll say, I don't want to make it seem hopeless, like there's nothing that you can do. But one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight is that we have three main influencers in our own personal life. So those three main influences are fairy tales, Hollywood, or, mass media, and porn. Those three work in different ways. The things that they do is there are three ways that our unrealistic expectations get established. Specifically, fairy tales give you this perception or this expectation of mind reading. Who in the fairy tales, who knows that no one ever has a dialogue? Like the prince kisses the princess, or like Sleeping Beauty, and she wakes up and now she's a queen or whatever. The chick kisses the frog, the beast dances with the lady. I mean, it's just some shit. Okay, so you got fairy tales with mind reading. Then with Hollywood, they give you NRE. They give you an obsession with NRE. If you don't know what NRE is, it's new relationship energy. So that like fluttering, oh my God, yes.
And I'm so in love. Oh my God.
I'm falling in love. Like literally, that's everyone's goal, to be there and stay there forever. And people think a relationship is over if they're not fluttery and like going crazy over the person.
Oh my God, Tazima. So then that's why many of us are unhappy in relationships and breaking up, because we're looking for that flutter 24/7.
24/7. It's not sustainable.
And it's like you're chasing a high. It's like that hit of crack you get, and then you never get that high again.
Just think about that time when you were obsessed with that dude or that girl or whatever.
Baby, it
was exhausting. It was you can't maintain it.
Oh, it's tiring.
And I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not saying it's bad or you should avoid it. I'm just saying it's not sustainable. It's not realistic to go for that all the time. So Hollywood gives you NRE. Porn gives you a plethora. Mainstream porn gives you a plethora of masculine pleasure and orgasm. It gives you all kinds of examples.
Yes.
Not feminine pleasure. By the way, there are at least two poles to this experience. So masculine pleasure is like bang, bang, harder, faster, more. Feminine pleasure.
Harder. And it's like, but it's all about him having the nut.
And it's penetration based. It's like all about penetration. It's all about getting to the point, going to the cum, and all the women in porn, by the way, are not only always ready to have sex at the drop of a dime, they're also almost about to orgasm at all times.
Oh,
I mean, all it takes is a couple of pumps and she's gone. Okay.
Is this the greatest thing? Your dick is just so wonderful. Yeah. And it's like, what?
So these three ways that we receive media about sex and relationship, this is how we create our expectations, and they are extremely unrealistic. I don't want you to think that this is hopeless. It's not. You just have to recognize where it comes from, and just get in touch with your own desires. So the two things that are the antidote to this is, well, three things really. Is pleasure. Pleasure is the antidote to this bullshit. Identifying your needs and your desires. So your needs and desires may include pleasure, but pleasure in general is our umbrella under which everything else falls. All right. So as you start identifying the needs that you have, these are personal. Everyone who has been on today talked about some personal thing that they have. Some people don't like to have oral sex done on them. People are all about the breast. Some people are all about the clit. Some people are all about the vagina. Some people are all about the asshole. Some people, whatever. Whatever your thing is, cool. Get in touch with that. And recognize that what brings you pleasure is the thing that's going to be on your needs list when you start creating like those needs. Your desires are the things that inspire you. So what would be really awesome? What would be cool? What would be, so not just a massage, but a massage on a table with petals and candles and aromatherapy, or a beach, or, in not just the Caribbean, but maybe in Seychelles or, India. So let's think about desires, things that really inspire us. So not just, I want to get a nut or I want to get off. You can do that. That's easy. But what really would take you to the next level? So these are the questions you can start asking yourself. Yeah, there are a lot of toys. It's funny because Prandada, she brought out I was gonna bring my Satisfier too. I brought so I vote for the Satisfier as well. But I do have some other things that I want to show and tell. But yes, I really want y'all to get in touch with your desires. This is the part we don't talk about. We don't talk about the mental game. This is what has us in our head. And when, your partner is working hard, thinking they're doing something and they're not, and you're thinking about groceries, or you're thinking about laundry, or you're thinking about the kids, or whatever it is that has your attention, it's those unrealistic expectations that actually set the stage for you totally checking out. And because women are so mental, this is why this game has to get addressed. We got to talk about the sources of this stuff.
Tazima, first of all, I took myself off screen so I could just sit and watch you talk. I don't know if you already do. You must do a podcast or do some kind of show. You must, even if you want me to produce it for you, I will do whatever for you, because the psychology behind intimacy and sex and the way in which we're programmed about sexuality, that's some deep ass shit. Like, I'm just sitting here when you're saying intergenerational, and not only that, some of the things that we feel is trauma that was done to a female ancestor or even a male ancestor before we were even thought of. And it all goes into, because the way our parents feel about sex influences us. And that's because of the way they were influenced. And then the person before them was influenced. But when I sit and think about it and listen to you talk, that shit is deep. Even in the way with the porn, I think about the men I've had sex with, and I can look at them and tell which ones learned to fuck by watching porn and who really took on those personalities of being like a porn star. And it's set up to, he gets his dick sucked. He might touch your titties for a second. He might eat a little coochie, but then he spins you over and then he wants to hit it from the back. It's the same script in all of these films, right? And then the reaction of us to go, we've learned these sounds that we think is part of sex. And you can love a man and he's really fucking the shit out of you and still be quiet, and not your way of experiencing pleasure may not be all of this grandiose stuff. But thinking anyway, everything that you just said to set this up, I think that there needs to specifically be a platform for you where you talk about the psychology of sex and intimacy, and let us just all sit back and listen to your lectures, because what you just did, and I'm glad you keep saying it's not hopeless, because it kind of breaks my heart a little bit when I think about the space we're in, specifically as Black women with sex.
Yeah.
Where we are right now, we're either twerking and still it's about pleasuring some man's visual pleasure.
Yeah.
Manipulating our bodies and doing all this crazy shit. And who you are as you are should be enough. My pussy is majestic, like Pink Kitty said.
It is.
So me coming to you all as I am, stretch marks and ripples and all, should be enough. It's enough. And anyway,
if your partner is not a fan of you, they can keep it moving.
Keep on going. You are so right. And I had to learn that as a young woman.
Yeah.
That because I speak my truth. I talk about this a lot on in my one woman show, not my stand up, on my one woman show, Fat Bitch. I talk about my body and the way in which I've either at one point been mammy and asexualized,
right,
or a fetish and over sexualized.
Exactly.
And then I'm in this world where people are defining me for me. And I had to come up and say, nah, motherfuckers, this is who I am.
Exactly.
And if you don't like it and enjoy it and love it, you don't get my time anymore. But we all get it, from my skinny friends to big, whatever. There are men that make you feel insecure and shame your body. And we fuck these motherfuckers and still get them some pussy, and they're not worthy of it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna give you a phrase that I'm using right now that is really exciting, because what you're talking about is boundaries and standards. So there's a concept that has been kind of percolating in my world recently, and I'm calling it embodied sexual agency.
Oh. And
what I mean by embodied sexual agency is that you basically have decided, like, here's my body is sexual. You've gotten in alignment with that, because by the way, if you have a human body, it's a sexual body. What you choose to do with it is your agency. So you get to choose how you use your sexual energy, how you use your sexuality, how you use your sexual expression, your genitals, your the rest of your body, non-genital rest of the body. So this agency, this embodied sexual agency, is your capacity to not only identify as a sexual being, but then use that how you so choose in your body. Okay. Sometimes we have sexual agency that's like an attitude. We might feel sexy for a while, but really, like, once you get it in your body and you heal those places, or at least you start addressing those places that have been violated. And by the way, any emotional pain, any physical pain that you have has an emotional component, and vice versa. So if you have had emotional pain, there's somewhere in your body where it lives. And so once you start addressing the places that you've been hurt emotionally, you can actually start creating some new things in your life. This is way too much for me to get into on a tiny little show, tiny little segment on a show. But I wanted to give you a concept of that. And one way I wanted to give a tip before we go, and I do have a couple products for show and tell.
Yeah.
Is I would love for women, we have to lead on this. Women, read my lips, women lead relationships. We're the ones who monitor, how's it going? We're checking it out. Is it what I want? I'm going to complain if it isn't. Okay, we're always monitoring the relationship. We lead in sex. We're the ones who want something different. So just own that. Like, don't want him to mind read you and he should know, like, please stop. You're the leader in this relationship. You're the leader in the sexuality. Yes, he may want to, or he or she, that person may want to try things that you don't, but you're the one who's going to be identifying, like, this doesn't feel right, this does feel right. One thing I would like for you to work on in your sexual play and exploration, whether you're by yourself or with a partner, is activating your entire body. So not just going straight to the genitals, because sometimes even when we're masturbating, we go straight to the genitals. Stop. And don't just go to the hot spots, the titties and the pussy. Don't do that either. Like, your whole body. Stroke your hair, touch your face, look at yourself, or don't look at yourself, whatever, I don't care. But find a way to activate all your body, your pinky toe, the side under booty cheek, the armpit, like what? Find out on your body, where are the sensitive spots? Map yourself with your partner, work together, but take some time to activate your whole body.
Wow.
This will help involve your whole body when you get to more exciting portions of your sex play and your sexploration. So women are built as sexual beings. And so it's super important for us to not just go straight to the hot spots. Take your time. It's cool. It's a smorgasbord. It's like a deli. It's like a buffet. There's so much. There's so much richness available to us. So don't just rush to the hot spots. Check out the entire buffet, the entire spread. Check out whatever it is that you want to check out and find out what are those sensitive spots on your body and what likes to be stimulated, what likes to be kind of played with, what likes to be teased, what likes to be pressed, what likes to be twisted. Okay, so just figure it out. Check it out. You got and all of y'all asses got time. Nobody's busy right now. You got time.
We are at home and have time. And it's I love that you're saying this. And even Pink Kitty that was on earlier talked about how she gives herself a long bubble bath. She has her rose petals. She massages herself with oil. Like, she really makes love to herself. And now, coupled with what you're saying, just to take your time, not be so quick to go to get to the finish line. That to me is a very interesting concept because, like you said, we're not taught how to self-pleasure. We don't know how to do it. And when we do, we're mimicking what happens in sex. And if you are with partners that want to get to the gusto, you even do that with yourself. It makes sense, but we got to think different. So all of y'all listening, May is masturbation month. And these women have been putting us up on game. So I should be hearing some good stories from y'all about some orgasms and masturbation. I'm gonna make sure from now on I run myself a nice bath and take my time.
And after the bath, here's what I'm going to share with you now so this line, I love this line. It's so you know how you take care of your skin every day. You do moisturizer, you cleanse your face, all of these things. Well, guess what? The skin on your pussy, yes, I call it a pussy. The vulva skin is sensitive as well, and it needs moisturizing and care. And so I have a couple of products that I want to show you. I want to show off. So your everyday moisturizer. So the brand is called Rosebud Woman. And look at how pretty that color is. Anyway, so this is the Honor Balm. This is the full size one that you can get on the website. If you go to my website, infiniterelating.com, I have a section called the Pleasure Shop. You can link to these products and you can try out a little package. They have like a little to go package. It's very cute. But this is the full size Honor Balm. This is like your daily moisturizer. Okay, that's that one. Love that one. Then them times when you get irritated, maybe you've either had some rough sex or you might be irritated and you end up kind of almost getting a yeast infection, or you can feel it coming on. This Soothe product, so this is the little tiny version, but this Soothe product, this gets rid of it. Like I had some stuff that was coming on. It looked like it was going to be a yeast infection. Usually I try to do a natural thing, end up having to use the toxic stuff anyway. This banged it out. 2 days, it was gone. A little moisturizer after a shower, boom, gone. Awesome. And lastly is the Arouse product. This is plumping and stimulating serum. It's fabulous. You can put this on those sensitive areas. If you get this big bottle, you can use it everywhere. But like I said, it's plumping and tingling. All these products are natural and herbal uses. There's nothing toxic in them. They're made responsibly. I love the owner. She's amazing. And this product will enhance your sexual activity. So it's not topical lube. It works with your body to create moisture or to stimulate the skin. So you can put this on your nipples. You can put it on your lips. I mean, sisters don't usually need plumping, but I don't know, if you want to feel a little more juicy, that'll help you out. Anyway, it's a lovely thing it's a lovely way to treat. You can massage it all over the breast, on the clit, on the labia. So it's you can use it everywhere. I love this stuff because it's just like, woo.
And the packaging is so beautiful.
Isn't it? It's adorable. I mean,
it's gorgeous. Thank you for sharing that. You all see that? Tell us the product again, and we can find it.
The product line is called Rosebud Woman.
Okay.
Rosebud Woman.
I love
have links to it on my website.
Okay.
In the Pleasure Shop.
Yes. You all make sure you go. I didn't put your website down here, and I should have. Can you please give us your website?
Sure. It's infiniterelating.com.
Infiniterelating.com. And I put your Instagram there. As
your Instagram will take you there too.
It'll take you to the website. Okay. Absolutely. Wow. Thank you so much. I guess first of all, thank you for introducing those products. And because I was going to talk to all of you all separately, in the future with coming on, to put us up on game with some of the products that some of you all even have yourself and other companies that you work with, because there's just a wealth of knowledge that's out here, and most of us just don't know about these things.
Exactly. And that's what I think community is coming together to do right now, especially, is like, we just got to figure some stuff out, and like, let's do this.
Yes. So any parting words, anything else you want to say before you go?
The last thing I want to say is to remind everyone, thank you so much for mentioning the pleasure cup before. This concept, for those of you who are tuning in or haven't heard me say it before, the concept of the pleasure cup is basically you as a vessel of pleasure. Literally, you can think about your pelvis as the pelvic bowl as a container of pleasure. If you need a visual, you can think of your pelvic bowl. But if you are giving when your pleasure cup is on empty, you're more resentful and it's harder to give. If you've contributed to yourself and filled up your pleasure cup, it's much easier and much more pleasurable to share your pleasure with others. And if you fill it up enough, you'll get to the overflow. And in that case, you're just, like giving from the overflow. It is a pleasure for you to share your pleasure. So I want to remind everyone that women are built for pleasure. We have tremendous capacity for pleasure, but we must learn how to receive and contribute to our own cup so that we can show up for when others want to contribute to us, so that we can receive from others. We must have that. It's critical.
Wow. That just sounds so beautiful too, to just think of yourself as a vessel of pleasure and giving from the overflow. And I feel like in life, period, in every aspect, giving when the overflow is just a beautiful thing versus giving your all when you have nothing for yourself.
Exactly.
That's hard. That's hard.
That's that intergenerational stuff coming through.
Don't we do it? Don't.
That's good.
It's almost where we've been conditioned to give until it's all gone, and then keep giving when you have nothing.
To earn it is foolishness. We don't need that.
Wow. No, pleasure is we're supposed to have it, and it's supposed to be fruitful and multiplying, of an abundance of pleasure. Yeah. Well, Zima, thank you. You know, I love having you on, and I so appreciate you taking your time.
Such an honor.
Yeah, to come on here and talk. And I can't wait until this Corona stuff is over, because Tazima's here in Chicago where I am, so that maybe we can do an event together, or even the ones you're going to do. I want to support you and get people to come out to hear you speak, because you're definitely saying some profound things. And I so appreciate your thoughtfulness with it, and being so concerned about everybody experiencing pleasure and abundance. Yeah.
For sure.
Yay. All right. Well, thank you, Tazima, for this quickie. And I know you'll be back on the show before May is over. Hopefully, if you have time, I would love to.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Woo! Y'all ready to give out the overflow of pleasure? Yes. Okay. So we started off tonight with Frenchy and her pussy t-shirt. And teaching us about the clitoris. Then Gina came on to talk to us about staying healthy and sexual health. And we had Tazima talking about the pleasure cup. Pink Kitty put us up on some toys and things that she does with self-pleasuring, especially those nipple suctions. And now we're about to have on a special guest. She's backstage, and then she just left for a second. I hope she hurries up and comes back. She's come back. She just told me that her computer froze. That always happens when we're about to come on. But I hope you all are enjoying this. And my goal was to put a nice, interesting, cool mix of different kinds of women on the show that know what they're talking about and can give us the real deal on just sexuality and self-pleasure and all of that. So I hope you're enjoying it. If you are, let me know in the comments how you feel. If you have a question, please don't be afraid to ask. And make sure you support this. It's not just random, that they're just having fun and talking about. They are enjoying it, but this is real for them. It's serious. They've studied and they know what they're talking about. So because of that, I want to make sure that we can continue to support them, because Black female sexuality in particular is a lot to unpack and uncover, right? So yes, okay. So my next guest, this is my final guest, and she caught my eye online because she has a whole university. Yep, you heard me right. A whole university. And she is a fairy whole mother. Cinderella had her fairy godmother. I need a fairy hoe mama. Yes, to give me all the tools and the skills I need to be a hoe. Are y'all ready? Get your notebooks out, because she's about to drop some science on this, and especially I hope she gets a little bit into phone sex and all that encompasses with turning your partners on with your voice. Give it up for the whole mother of all whole mothers, the fairy whole mother. Come on here, girl. Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. It might be a little delay. How are you?
I'm good. Hey. I don't know what is going. Can you see me?
I personally, my computer is acting crazy. So everyone I've had on tonight is going in and out. So, but the audience sees everybody. So that's what's the most important. So.
Okay. Just to make sure.
How are you, gorgeous? How are you doing?
I'm great.
Thank you so much.
I got my drink.
I'm so happy you're here. And this is going to be good. And you're my last guest tonight. So we're going to have some fun. Now, tell everyone all about you, who you are and what you do, and about your whole university.
So I'm Tay. I am the fairy hoe mother. I like to call myself an erotic entrepreneur, but I am also a sexpert. So I do erotic communication, and I teach women about erotic communication and all different fetishes, of course.
How did you get it? Oh no, she went away. Hopefully she'll come back. Come back, ho mama. Fairy ho mama, where'd you go? Come on back. technology, y'all. This is how it goes, you know. But she'll be back in a second, I'm sure. That's so cool and interesting in an erotic entrepreneur. See, I got to start thinking more creatively about my name and how I present myself. You know, I got to stop calling myself just a little stripper. Miss Pound Cakes is more than a stripper. I got to come up. If y'all got a creative name for what I should call myself, you know, exotic dancer and all that, people say, but definitely I got to come up with some kind of cool name up to give myself so that people can think about me in a more creative sense. So we're going to wait for her to come back. I'm sure she'll be back. In the meantime, while she's coming back, I don't want you all to forget to make sure you support me and go to my redbubble.com page and pick up one of my nightcap with Erica t-shirts or a nightcap with Erica bag. I got water bottles. I got mugs. I'm not playing with y'all. And I got sweatshirts. And you can go to redbubble.com. I should have put that up. Redbubble.com and search for Erica Faye Watson and you'll see my information. Also, don't forget, while we're waiting for the Fairy Home Mother to come back, don't forget my book club. Go ahead and buy this book. We're reading together Sneaky Pussy, the series. We're reading Sneaky Pussy. And we're going to have a good time. And I'll talk about that a little more later. Okay, Fairy Home Mother's back. Okay.
Okay.
You there?
I'm here.
Yes. Yes. I don't listen. This, you know, it's technology and things happen. I don't know what just happened there. So I'm sorry. But
Cool.
I was saying I love the fact that you call yourself an erotic entrepreneur. So with that said, since we're behind schedule, we've had technical issues, a little behind time, so we got a quick 10 minutes to get a quickie in. But then I would love to have you back later this month for us to really get into things. Is that you behind you right there?
Of course.
You better work, Fairy Home Mama. Yes,
of course that's me.
You better work. I love it. That is so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so now what's the quickie you and me are having tonight? What are we talking about?
So we're gonna talk about humiliation.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because there is a fetish called humiliation, which I'm very, very good at on both ends, from giving it and receiving it. I am into, which is a part of BDSM. I am into humiliation. And I make a lot of money off of humiliation, right? So for me to humiliate someone, I charge $150 an hour, right? But I do minimum 2 hours, minimum 2 hours, and that's just literally just over the phone. You know, I told you that's what I did. You know, I've been doing phone sex forever.
It's $150 an hour, and you got to at least book 2 hours with me. That is, baby. Okay, go.
You're not wasting my time now, okay? Because I could be getting humiliated somewhere else.
Right. Oh wait. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking. I don't know. My sister made it for me. I know I got some rum in here.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from New York. You can't hear it?
Okay. Yes, I was gonna say I lived in Bed-Stuy for years. I miss Brooklyn.
Oh,
where are you from, New York?
I'm from Long Island.
Like, yes, and I miss the New York accent from men. That the way men in New York talk, it turns
so,
me.
Especially them Brooklyn, okay?
Baby, the men in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I stayed fucking when I live in Brooklyn. Like I'm sure
they have great dick. I don't know if it's the area, but they have great dick. Okay. They know how to fuck.
They do. And cheat and make shit. They know how to do all of the bad shit.
I know.
They're good men in Brooklyn too, but I love a Brooklyn dude. When I tell, man, I miss those days. I lived on the corner of Marcus Garvey and Jefferson and Bed-Stuy, baby.
Yeah, no, I just left Brooklyn. I just left Brooklyn earlier.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Riding through. I can't come out the car because Corona, but I'm just ride through and just look.
Right. Yeah. Cause, oh my God, whoo, them boys, they so fine. They'll make you bring some Corona home with you. You just be like, come on, just get in the car. It's cool. I'll make it. I'll live through it.
Give me the Corona. No.
Just give me the Corona. It's fine. Okay, so yes, back to the humiliation. Talk about it.
So humiliation. So, people think, actually humiliation, I gotta put my drink down, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
People think that humiliation is actually low. You know what I'm saying? When you talk to a man, like I talk to a man and I'm like, telling him he's the most disgusting thing in the world. I'm probably squeezing his balls, and especially if I have a bad day, I'm just gonna take off all my anger out on you, and it's great, right? But it's actually really empowering when it's something that they want to do, especially me. I have my form of humiliation, like I have my, and this is there's better toys, but I have this, and it's for your mouth or whatever, and you just stick it right into your mouth, and you let the guy fuck your face. Or it's like, well, I think this was like my first one or whatever. So you let the guy fuck your face, just hold your mouth open, and he fucks your face. Or we have the gag ball, and you put it you put it around your mouth, so like so you won't scream and yell as much. And it's funny because I was listening to the other girls, the other ladies, and they were saying, don't, fake it, right? Can't fake it. And if it's something that some girls are just used to making noise, like the previous ladies were saying, but if you put a gag ball in your mouth, right, and your ass can't make no noise, it's like the fight against yourself, right? It just makes everything awesome, like so awesome in the control that you might have over the individual or they have over you. So and I love my face fucked, right? For me, I love my face fucked. The
thing is, first of all, you're absolutely gorgeous. You look so sweet and heavenly. Your skin is all glowing. You got that glowing chocolate, like you just look like, I'd be like, oh my goodness, she's so sweet. Let me introduce her to my uncle or my brother. Meanwhile, low down, dirty, fairy mama, bitch. I love it. So that's part of the appeal, I'm sure, too, because people don't assume that you would be into this.
And then when you talk to me, if we're not talking about sex, you see how innocent I am. And I'm like, oh, you come to my room, you probably see my degrees on my walls. Oh, she's just a smart, like, little Long Island girl. And it's like, yeah, boy. Yeah. I get very intelligent.
I'm very smart.
Very smart. But what I like about when I started to do phone sex was kind of what I've always been into sex, but when I started to do phone sex, it opened me up into like so many different worlds. And I wanted to try these things that I was either hearing about or talking about or creating this fantasy for these individuals that was paying me, or is paying me, I should say. So I got into a lot of different things. And then I just realized, I like this. I like, going to swingers clubs. I like watching people have sex. I like being bonded and whipped and just especially the humiliation. It's like, for me, it's a powerful thing, right? Because as a submissive, anybody who is submissive, man or woman, they are giving this power to the individual, but you can always take it away. It don't always belong to them. That's your power, your say, right? So, yeah. And it's usually the submissive person that really do have the power, but you can't give that to everybody. You can't give that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Every man that comes in my bedroom, well, sorry, if you're not my man, you can't come in my bedroom, but you know what I mean. Every man that I have sex with doesn't get the opportunity to bond me I don't get that opportunity because it has to be some form of mental stimulation, right? For me to want you to control me while we are being intimate. For me to want to give you all of me and squirt all over your face and sit on your face, just, do all this nasty shit.
Wow, this is so true. You know what? So the part of me that's I'm shocked, but not in a way where it's like, oh, clutch my pearls, I would never. I'm
Right.
like, shit, this is interesting. And it's listening to you, even if whether all the stuff you all have been talking about, even if it's something I'm not into or don't want to do, hearing you talk about it is very freeing to me.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good. It's making me smile and happy. And all that are watching, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I'm enjoying seeing all these beautiful Black, gorgeous women getting a fuck on and feeling and loving on themselves and feeling good about their bodies, So what you're saying is like tantalizing. I like how did you know you were into humiliation? How did you find this out?
I didn't know until I realized that I was good at a certain category over the phone, right? Great. I was good with being a mistress. I was good with humiliating these men. And I wanted to see what it is that they were feeling, you know what I'm saying? Because then I can be better at what it is that I do. And of course I could charge a little more for being better. So I wanted to see this, and I started to get a lot of, different items, and I started to just explore, I've already knew that I like to, I like to have people watch me fuck or watch people fuck. That's always been something I've been into. But I started to get choked and gagged and my ass slapped and bruises. And I started going to BDSM clubs, and I was watching this one girl. She was in a straitjacket, right? And she was being put up in the air like a flag, right? And they were just whipping her and whipping her. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to do it. Right?
Wait.
Oh my God.
Wait. Now, wait, I got questions. Now, dear fairy home mother, now, when this is happening, how does maybe race come into play? Like a Black girl being strung up and it's all white men in the room?
No. This was all Black.
All Black. I'm just wondering.
All Black. Yeah.
Is that also, though, some people that, let me say this, when I was in college, there were two guys I was cool with, and they used to both separately, but they knew about it, have sex with this one girl who happened to be white. And she used to love for them to make her apologize for slavery during sex. She would request this.
Right.
And they, as Black men, felt awkward. They were just like, no. But then she's like, no, I want you to make me beg and apologize for slavery. So they started doing it with her, and she was really into it. So I always wonder the politics of race and stuff, how that plays into the BDSM community.
That's called race play.
Okay.
So race play can go two ways, right? Race play can go where the white woman is apologizing, like you said, or white man apologizing for their ancestors. But it can also go, and seeing this go this way, where the Black man wants the white woman to call him the N-word.
And they, woo!
Yeah.
Because I'm sure
I clutched my pearls when I heard that one.
Yes. And I'm sure there are people that are doing a lot of that race play, being massa and being a slave, woo! Now that's
Listen, I don't judge nobody in their fetishes. That's what you by all means.
woo,
I do have a client, and not sure if you've seen it, because I do have it on my Instagram. I have a client that he calls me. He spends 4 hours at a time with me, $150 an hour, and he has an in-home master and mistress. I'm his mistress over the phone. I have sessions with him to what is, oh my god, I forgot the goddamn. But basically, what we do is we band his balls together so that he can have a low count in sperm. So, well, he tries to have a low count in sperm, and he's caged for the most part while all the rest of the black men. This is a club, okay? While all the rest of the black men are coming in and fucking his, white wife. They can, in the club, they can only breed, right, with, the white girls can only breed with black men. The white men are not allowed to touch their wives. They are only allowed to submit to black women, pay their bills, and do things like that.
I need to go to that club. Yeah, just
yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, so, wow. Well, what is it called? Like, for somebody like me, I would love to watch all of this and enjoy with no judgment, just simply to watch it and be a voyeur, but not participate. Can you do that? Or is it if you're coming to a situation like that, they expect you to play?
No, you never have to participate in anything that you don't want to participate in. If you're there just to watch, believe me, they're going to put on a show. They're going to put on a show. They're going to cater to you because you are a black woman, right? Mm-hmm. So you are a black woman. You are a queen. You're not supposed to touch anything. You ain't supposed to do nothing but get served, right? So they're going to take care of you. And you can say, I don't want to be touched. I just want to, and that's what happened.
Wow. I'm a girl. One day when I come back to Brooklyn, when I come to New York, you're gonna have to take me because I want to see what the fuck is going on. Now, as far as the humiliation and stuff goes, I've never been in this. I know a little bit about it just from seeing movies and stuff that's probably very mainstream and whitewashed, so to speak.
Right.
But I know about safe words, the things that, is it a thing you say to let a person know I want to stop or we've gone too far or less whatever? Like, is that a true thing? Is that something that really exists?
No, that is always a true thing. And that's something that you talk to your partner about. You know what I'm saying? You have to speak to them and say, okay, this is what we're going to use, if it gets too crazy for us, stop. Or some people don't have safe words. Like, all right, there was a time when I was getting fucked, right? And the person was choking me, but they were choking me so much. And I like to choke until I'm about to die, but not really die now. So
right. Don't kill me, goddammit.
Right. Don't kill me. I got a kid. I got to get out of here. So,
right.
So they were choking me so much. I had to, there's a tapping, like, okay. So some people had.
He knew you were serious.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I liked it, but
Because that's my thing now that I'm 46, girl, and be forgetting shit. I fuck around and forget my safe word and be up in there like,
It has to be, I like something funny.
Okay.
Something funny that is completely like, why the fuck would somebody say that in the middle of sex? This, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can say my balls are blue. You can say your dick is little. That might be a safe word depending on what the fetish is, right? So
yes. Oh my God. So Renee said, I had a white male slave, but I would never be a slave to a white man.
Never.
Yeah, I can see how some people may feel that way because that's a lot.
But there are women, black women, who don't mind being a slave to white men. And again, it's to each its own. For me, I can't see myself being a, slave to a white man.
Right. Somebody else here on One Soul Tree is saying, where do I sign up? I know, right? I'm one of those people where in my head, I'm a just out of control freak. I am actually a little very conservative in my own dealings, but I appreciate the diversity of the way people express themselves sexually. And I'm interested in all of it. Like I would love to do a documentary about a girl like me exploring this world. But there's certain things that I know I'm into. Some things that I don't know because I ain't tried it yet, and maybe I should try it and see. But I definitely do. On my bucket list is to go to a sex club and watch. I'm serious.
You got to.
Yeah, I'm not just saying that because I'm afraid to say I want to go there and fuck. No, I guess I would fuck somebody maybe, but
when I first went, I didn't fuck. I just watched.
I want to see, and even just seeing the kind of people that are there and what they're doing.
You know, the funny thing is, I told my best friend, I said, you have to understand, when you go to a sex club, they're actually very respectful. I have not been disrespected, ever. They ask the person that I'm with if it's okay for them to touch me, and they ask if they could touch you. Except for the girls. The girls run around just touch each other's titties, but we do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? But
women are just free.
Yeah, So,
can I ask you? Can you give any tips for someone that may want to try humiliation? And what's the way they should go about getting into it and trying it out for their first time?
So the best thing, the first step on humiliation is knowing yourself, even if depending on which side you're on, if you're dominant or you're submissive. I switch, I do both sides, right? Knowing yourself, knowing what it is that you like, especially if you want to be dominant. First thing about being dominant is really knowing yourself, loving yourself, being very cocky and know what you deserve, right? Because that comes off when you're dominating someone, and then also you have to know, if you're going on the submissive side, is when to bow down, but still make sure you have the power. Don't be scared to tell someone you don't like something that hurts. Those are the first two steps on doing BDSM in general, or just being humiliated.
Wow, this is so interesting. It's also, hey, I admire you even to being a Black woman to admit about that humiliation is something. I could see somebody understanding you doing it, but for you to be a submissive, because we're always told to be so strong and Black women to do this and put you in your place and, never let a man run over you. But shit, you get turned on by getting turned out. And, I think that's just so cool that you own it and you are the master of your body and your sexual experiences. And this shit is cool to me. Like, I'm loving it. Do they have domination porn?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, they do. And who said that they don't watch porn? Was that Pink Kitty? I was shocked. And you don't watch porn. I love porn. I love porn. I go, what?
I'm going to pull her up for a second if she's still there sitting at her thing. I think she might be there. I hope she's not doing that nasty. Oh, she's gone. But her phone is turned off. Okay. Yeah, I see her still in my back room. But yeah.
But what I wanted to say to women is, especially Black women, right? Black women have always been told that they wasn't desirable, or they wasn't, or in the media they weren't that pretty. I don't watch porn. But the crazy thing is that white men, and Black men too, but white men really desire us. They desire to give us all of their money, okay? And I'm telling you this, I've been doing phone sex for over 10 years now, and these white men pay me like crazy, right? So in all different fetishes, we are desirable. So I feel like if Black women can get in touch with themselves, right, and who they are, their sex appeal, love yourself, because obviously you can see, love yourself like crazy, right? And you can, the more of a queen that you know that you are, right, the more they just gonna throw more money at you. More and more money at you. I'm telling you. I have a client that I ignore him. He just calls me and I tell him I'm doing something or I'm listening. He just sits on the phone and just let the money just, rack up. If you don't have my personal number, then it's $2.50 a minute. And then if you have my personal number, it's $1.50 an hour. Yeah. I just ignore him. Do everything else I'm doing and just ignore him.
I've been ignoring motherfuckers for free. You mean to tell me that somebody could be paying me to ignore them?
Oh, yeah. Make fun of their penis. That's another humiliation that some guys like.
I'm doing that every day too. Because all these unsolicited dick pics that I get, I'm gonna do a show giving men photography tips for these dick pics. Because I'm so tired.
Let me tell you how I stopped the dick pics, right?
Well,
so everybody knows what I do. So I said, anybody that sends me dick pics in my inbox, I will sell them to my clients and you will not get a percentage.
Baby. Wow.
They stopped.
Wow, that's a good one, girl. I haven't gotten as many as I used to get. At one time they would just be coming and I was like, why? What is this about? Because it's not like I'm anywhere asking for them.
No, you don't have to ask for them. You just have to have titties.
Right. And they come around and these pictures and it's like I don't want to be bothered.
But don't even be cute. I seen a dick. It was so damn ashy. I said, what in the
ashy dicks.
Lotion on the dick, please.
Taking pictures of ashy dicks. I don't. But I see Pink Kitty. I'm about to put her on. We're gonna just keep this real quick because I know we need to get out of here. Hey. There is a question. Well, Pink Kitty, take your her sound. Okay, yeah. Vanessa, you said you don't watch porn?
No, I do not watch porn.
And now, why is that?
Never have I watched porn. Like I literally am friends with a bunch of porn stars. I'm going to get my audio right, my microphone. I'm friends with a bunch. I mean, like way too many porn stars in my phone right now. But I've watched probably 45 minutes of porn in my entire life.
Really?
Yes.
I watch so much damn porn.
Like when I first met Mr. Marcus, we were at Exotica in Chicago, and people were like lined up to see him. And I was just like, "That's a nice looking guy."
Wow! He's the one that
like, I know who that is.
I want to interview Mr. Marcus. I want to interview him.
That's my dog. I tell him.
Oh, please tell him. I would love to interview him. I did interview King Noir recently. Who is so goddamn fine. Like he is beautiful. And his partner
dark chocolate.
Yes, and his partner Jasmine, she's beautiful too. And that was so interesting. Hey, there's a question here. There's two questions for you. And we got 7 minutes, y'all, and we out of here because this will be a 3-hour broadcast. I have promised myself we're gonna get on and get off. Everybody gonna get gonna be done. But as we can see, that did not. Melanie wants to know, how do you get a job doing phone sex? Without giving all your secrets completely away, if you could just give a little tidbit about that.
Well, mine is not what I show you girls. It's not a job. It's your business. So if you go through my course, I put it all together for you.
Yeah.
So if you take the erotic communication course, it's a 6-hour course. We put everything together. We set up your 800 number. We give you a model because you don't play yourself. Okay, you don't play yourself. You play someone. It's a catfish, right?
Yes.
And we set up the for the money to go to your account, everything. So if you go to my Instagram, it's hou.org. It's on there. My Instagram is obviously Fairy Hole Mother 1. And come through my inbox and I'll get you all together.
Okay, you hear that, Melanie? Go ahead, girl.
Come on, Fairy Hole Mother.
Together. Somebody else has a question here. Very Whole Mother, please write a book about your experience. Yeah, that's
I am.
Oh my gosh! So I did want to talk to you about that. That was one of the reasons I wanted to come on because I used to be at Kinky College, over in Chicago, and they set me up where I was a dom, and like I used to have a client. I charged $300 an hour. No, girl, we need to talk about your rate. Just to pee on this guy. He would like come over. Well, we would be in a hotel, not to my house, but like he would come over and I would pee on him, $300 an hour, and obviously we wouldn't be like hours long because like
wait, hold up.
But yeah.
Hold up. You're not gonna just say that, like you said, he used to just come over and I would feed him a nice.
Right, Erica, you gotta live a little. It's not like
not gonna just say, $300 an hour, and he would come so you could pee on him.
He would send me gifts. My girl used to be like, "Girl, what is up with you and these subs?" They would send me gifts and all kinds of foolishness. Yeah, girl.
Most of my subs
and it was mostly white.
Yeah, most of my subs are over the phone. I do have some subs that are in person. And I had a sub that will come in and clean my house, do my laundry.
That's what I need. How do I do that? And wait, he's gonna pay me?
Yes, they pay you.
So he can do my laundry and clean my house?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
No sex is beautiful.
No sex
beautiful.
involved.
At all.
Humiliation. They love to be humiliated. I had a client.
You can't touch me even. I wouldn't like
exactly.
You gotta pay more. Do that though, y'all. How do you stay safe? How do you make sure this person is not a serial killer or something crazy?
Oh, because they had to. Well, I don't know what you do, but they had to go through the service. So like they knew, like if you will blow your whole spot up because we not talking. These ain't guys on the corner. These are guys that have money. Like I don't know if you saw the movie Hustler. I was definitely relating to it for that reason. Like these were rich, wealthy, well-to-do, had families and wives and stuff. Because they put their wives on a pedestal, and then they live their lives underneath that.
Yes, I personally, I have, like I said, I have a lot of clients over the phone. My intuition's very good, but it's very seldom that I have some guys that I actually meet in person. But I do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had one guy, and it was so funny because I had my brother right behind the thing just in case. But he was paying me. He paid me $800 for the hour, right? He pulled up in his bin. He just wanted me to laugh at him. He had thigh-high boots on. He was twirling around, and he wanted me to call him names like the S word. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me to tell him he was a sissy, and then put lipstick on him in his wig. And then he got so like. He didn't even come. He just got so like, oh my God, like the shakes, and he just kind of like put money in my hand, got in the car, and drove away. He just called me last week. Come do it again. And he's a successful guy. He has a successful wedding planning business.
Damn. Was he hetero? Was he hetero? Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Because I find that and that's how sexuality is so interesting. Because I had a friend in New York, a girl she was actually like a high-end escort, but there was a gay guy, out gay guy that was super rich that would pay her to let him just jerk off in front of her. He loved jerking off in front of women. And he didn't want her to touch him or him to touch her or nothing like that. And the money I was like, she was able to live on 42nd and 9th from that client. Okay.
This is what goes back to sex being so mental, right? Yeah. For you to orgasm, everything is so mental. I have a sugar daddy who I've had him since I was like 21 years old, and I have seen him all of 3 times, but every month my money is in my bank account.
Yeah.
You are a fairy hoe mother for real.
I know,
bring the
right?
money to
She
you.
making me mixed up.
I bring the money to you. You don't even gotta fuck for it. And if you choose to fuck, then hey. But for me, I don't care to be touched except for the person that I am sleeping with. That's me.
Wow. Oh my God.
And I'm strict about that. I don't even have conversations with people that, like intersexual nature with me if I'm not planning to have sex with them. Like, no.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, listen, lady, y'all have blown my mind. We have been online 3 hours talking about sex.
I know.
Oh my God.
We can do this for 24/7, right?
Right.
A full-on 24/7 marathon of this, and people are still tuned in. Like, I've got people are watching this right now.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching.
Hello.
Yes, hey,
And next time I'm in Chicago, I will, because I'm going to be in Chicago in the next 2 months. So we'll hit you guys up.
Oh, please.
I'm in Texas.
Yes. We're in Texas.
Vanessa left, and is in Texas now.
Yep, I'm in Dallas.
She's in Dallas, Texas. Oh wait, Renee is back. Let's see if I can get Renee on.
Hey, Renee.
Hey.
I thought you was going to sleep, girl.
Oh, she's gone now. It dropped her for some reason. But I just want to say thank you before, and just to be fair, Fairy Ho Mother, is there any last parting words that you want to say in particular before you go?
Happy hoeing.
It was a pleasure meeting you. I'm about to follow you home.
Yes. Oh my God. Happy home.
Hey, look, ladies, I'm in bed and I'm like trying to sleep, but this was so good. I was like, shit, I can't go to sleep. Fairy Ho Mother, I'm about to write you because I need to. I'm like, shit. I need to get paid to be ignoring people because I
heard my voice.
well.
We can do this.
Yeah, but Renee, you were saying that you had a slave, right? Before.
Yes. Yes. So I've experimented in this way before Tantra. I had a slave, and he was a white man. I've only had one, and it was great because I like literally had him come in and like clean my house, do different things, and I had to humiliate him. And it was just kind of hard for me in the beginning because I'm a psychotherapist. And at first it was like, I'm putting this guy down. So I'm like, but my job is to put people up. But then I realized that this was like his therapy and this is what he needed. And it became my therapy as well. So it was interesting, like to work through that and work through my stuff, my psychological stuff that was doing for me, to me. So it's such an interesting process to really get to learn yourself and learn about sexuality and people. I was just like, wow. Yeah. Yeah. And I would make him like bark like a dog and kneel down in front of me. And it was great because I didn't have to have sex with him, And
I beat a guy and made him say Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, nice.
Whole situation happened. He had to know. He had to understand.
Yeah.
It's so empowering.
I love this. I love it. Well, y'all, we have to do this again. Next time I will have it so that we're all on together having fun.
That would be good.
Yeah. And talk about some stuff and just see where the conversation goes. We won't even, I'll have some questions, but we won't plan anything and just let you all put us all up on some game. But your stories as a whole are just super interesting. So maybe I'll have a show where you all are just able to tell a juicy sex story.
Oh, girl.
You got tons of those, especially in Brazil. Oh my God, the men in Brazil. Oh goodness! And I'm from New York. I'm an island girl from New York, so I know that the New York men. But let me tell you, Brazil men.
Oh yeah.
we got to talk.
Oh, wow.
Wait, can you all smile? Smile.
Yes.
All right, got it.
Girls, my makeup's all off. I'm in my bed in my pajamas.
You're still sexy, girl.
I had to put these pajamas on.
I had to put these on just to come back on because I know I'm normally naked and it'd be hot. So I'm like, let me put on something so I can come back on here.
Oh my God.
And have some fun with you ladies.
I enjoy you all. There's somebody here that says that she's about to be all in Fairy Ho Mother's inbox. So she
I know, right?
So
I'm going through.
I am too.
Oh my God.
All of us.
You done
Yes.
Wow. Ladies, I am blown away. I thank all of you all for being on the show. Fairy Home Mother, thank you for coming on and being my final guest and allowing Pink Kitty and Vanessa and Renee to come on and have some fun with us. We definitely got to do this because it's fun to talk about sex. This is juicy.
Yes.
Yes. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Yes, honey.
That's time. All right. Well, once again, our quickies turned into more long form love making and fucking.
Yes,
but I'm glad I had this experience with you all, and thank you for just being so honest and upfront and sharing everything. And I will be in touch with all of y'all soon. Everybody, make sure you follow these girls and let's support them and learn from them and buy their services and because this is great. I've learned so much tonight. I got to sit down and think about what new shit I'm gonna add to my bucket list.
The gag ball. The gag ball.
Honey.
I was like, I'm gonna have to go get me a gag ball.
Come to pinkkitty.com, get your gag ball, get your nipple suckers, and get your Satisfier Pro. I got
I'm coming for those nipple suckers.
Oh,
girl.
I got some big boobies. I'm coming for those nipple
girl.
suckers.
Woo, that's a thing, honey. Lord. Okay. All right, ladies.
Bye.
All
right, love you guys. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, everybody.
Get you some.
Bye. Woo, that was great. That was great. All right, guys. I won't keep you all much longer. We've been on here 3 hours. I hope YouTube lets me put this show up. They're probably gonna be like, I don't use too much of the bandwidth. But if you enjoyed the show and had a good time, please let me know. Go to my Instagram and follow me. I have an Instagram now for Nightcap with Erica. I also have a YouTube page that you all are on now. And I'm starting a Facebook group for Nightcap with Erica. And we will be discussing Sneaky Pussy, the book. Don't forget, go to Amazon, guys, and buy the book. It's 99 cents to download it. It's only 99 cents to download this book by Karen Lee. You can also buy the paperback. And I'm going to be reading from it on some of future episodes. But we're going to all get together in my Facebook group and start discussing this book for later in May. So buy it now. Order it now. Go to Amazon, order your Sneaky Pussy book. Let's have a good naughty time talking about this. And yeah, I'm just trying to support Black businesses. And if you want to support me, go to my Redbubble page and buy a Nightcap t-shirt, a hat, whatever. And if you want to be so kind as to tip your stripper, Miss Pound Cakes, and go to my Cash App, you can, or go to my Venmo. No pressure. Just if you want to show me a little love token, because I am an artist that's not working right now. And hopefully I'm going to turn this show into something that can be lucrative for me. Maybe I'll get a TV deal. Who knows? With that being said, I love y'all. Have a good night. Yes, and thank you, Courtney, for bringing that up. I have a podcast called Get in the Game. I'm going to be talking more about it later. It's a dating and sex and relationship podcast. It's an addition to Nightcap. So with that being said, good night, y'all. Have a good night. With all this talking about masturbating, and it's 1:13 in the morning, I hope y'all all go and fuck yourselves. Okay? Have a good time tonight. Have some sex. Fuck you and fuck you.
Hey, it's Erica from the south side of the Chi, and I just completed the 2020 census. If you're not counted in, you'll be counted out. And I don't know about you, baby, but I want to be in, not out. What are you waiting for? Take the census. Go to 2020census.gov.